Hello, boys and girls. How are we doing? What do I normally say here? Welcome to the pre-stream stream. This is where the cool kids hang. Words to that effect. Welcome. How are we doing? Have we all had a lovely Tuesday? I've got exciting news for you. Anna has finally made me take all the stuff that was in my Christmas stocking and bring it into my office, rather than having it in the living room. Oh, now it's all over the floor. I was going to show you my toy. That was a bad idea. Important thing is, we won't show all the toys at once, but I have got Whoopee Putty, which this is loads of fun. You basically, it's a toilet, and it's got some slime in it that you just push down to make it trump. I mean, this is content right here. Lovely. Dave's interested. Yeah. It's really slimy. Who knew slime was slimy? It's like the slime was slimy. Oh, here we go. We've got the first person asking me to hydrate. Coffee counts. Twitch told me to just add new stuff on for rewards. I finally added the reward on for checking on your players. So now, if you want me to check on players, whether it's your own youth player or any other random player that you want me to check, it's going to cost you 10,000 points because I'm a monster. But I also figured out how to rename them Kev points and swap it out for my logo, which now I'm looking at it isn't centered in the chat, which troubles me greatly. We'll continue working on that. I had to go and find that page to work out how to do it. How are we all though? Is everybody good? Can we see Dave? Not from that angle, no, he's down there. I'm afraid not. Dave Cam's not working, I don't think, and it won't get to him anyway. So no, just trust that he's there. Talking about poo last night, playing with poo tonight. I know. Oh, Mike wants me to do a posture check. There we go. Sat up nicely. Posture is correct. Is it? I mean, is this what it's going to be now? I have put a timer on them. They have a cooldown. Did I go with the morning cold brew? I can't go down to get a cold brew until lockdown is over. I'm not walking into a coffee shop in the middle of lockdown. Someone will take a photograph of me and I'll get cancelled. And that will never do. Right, I'm going to start slouching again now. What do I think of Niran's win? I talked about that a lot last night. Congratulations to Niran. It says more about the buffoons who couldn't beat a FIFA player than it says about anything else. But we'll restore the correct order of things if he's brave enough to turn up again. Well, I was going to say next month, but it's this month now. We're in March. If he turns up again at the end of the month, then he'll get some proper competition when I destroy him, if he even makes it through to the final again. Ben isn't going to play now. Well, I've been tracking this on Twitter today. It looks like he's found a way to get out of not playing. He did a poll, and apparently it's all of a sudden turned into a democracy. Hold on, where is it? Dr. Benji. Somewhere on his Twitter, I'll show you if I can find it. He did a poll. Yeah, here it is. Look, he's a monster. So I said I wouldn't be in season 3 of the Streamer Showdown if I didn't win it, and I didn't. So what now? I feel like it was my best performance for a while. Then he gave people options. 58% of people voted for one final chance. And then later on, earlier on today, because that was yesterday, he posted that. Earlier on today, he quote tweeted it. I can't find it now. Oh, there you go. Guess I'm back for season 3 then. Unacceptable. Abuse of power, if you ask me. But yeah, he's weaseled his way out of his own stipulation already. I don't know. How much do I enjoy Football Manager from 1 to 10? 10. That's why I play it every day. No crown, no glory. Exactly. Where's Niran's crown? I've got my crown. One of my many crowns. Until I see Niran wearing a crown, I don't believe he actually won anything. But yeah, I guess it gives me a few targets to beat in next season. I've got the interim champion. I've got to finish Ben off once and for all. We'll have some fun. Right, let's do some Football Manager, shall we? There we go. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So, what is that line at the bottom of the screen? I don't think you can see that. I think that's just my line. Ignore me. So, Football Manager, that's the game we're playing. If you want a story of the save so far and how we managed to make it up to Scotland in 2025, I'm sure there's a command for that. One of the mods will sort you out. But for this season, this is our first season in Scotland, our first season with CLYDE. We took over in the summer and we have started the season really rather well. We did some transfers to bring in some of the guys that we had in Wales at Llanelli. They've come with us. So 3 of those boys came with us, including Ethan Delcroix, who's been brilliant this season. And we've started the season in some very, very good form, which has led us not just to be top of Scottish League One after a quarter of the season is gone, but we're also into the quarter-final of the SPFL Trust Trophy. And we also got pretty deep in the Betfred Cup. We got to the quarter-final of the Betfred Cup as well. We did get smashed by Dunfermline, who are a Scottish Premiership side. But to be fair to us, we did knock a Premiership side out before them. We knocked out Dundee United 6-4 in the round before, who are now above Dunfermline in the Premiership. So we're a good side. We've put together a good side, and hopefully we continue playing well. I don't know how likely it is that we could pull off a win in the SPFL Trust Trophy. We are the lowest ranked team still in it, so I would suggest we're probably getting knocked out by Inverness coming up first. But you never know. If we can get past them, there's always the chance that we could go and win a trophy, which would be lovely. Dun, dun, dun. Is Scottish League One the equivalent of EFL League One? Well, it's the 3rd tier in Scotland. If we're talking like reputation and quality of player equivalent, it's like the equivalent of tier 7 in England, I should think. Maybe tier 6. But yeah, it's the 3rd tier of Scotland. John Terry's been sacked by Cambridge. That's double funny news. The fact that he managed Cambridge in the first place and then the fact he got sacked. Double excellent. By the way, those of you who are looking for players, I did sort you players. So yeah, anyone who gave me details of a player, they have now been allocated. So if you want to check on your player at any point, you can do so by cashing in to check on your new player. Just don't do it a lot. I've limited it to a certain number per stream. Each person can only do it once a week, I think. So be careful how you use your checking in on your player. What save should I do? Why don't you manage CLYDE? Play along with us. Manage CLYDE. CLYDE's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with CLYDE. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with them too. You should go and do that. Right, let's go beat Inverness, shall we? Let's shuffle that lot around. Those bunch of rascals. Delcroix's back off of his little holiday, which is nice. Phoenix Patson, we know we want to be cutting inside on the left. That will do nicely. Let's see if we can take a Scottish Championship scalp in... I can't even remember what this cup's called. The SPFL Trust Trophy. What does that even mean? Inverness gave headline makers the greatest headline for years. Super Cali go ballistic, Celtic are atrocious. That is a good headline. Check your player, says it's out of stock. I guess that's good. You can't check your player tonight then. Maybe the timer hasn't started yet. You're enjoying a club actually letting you bet your coaching skills instead of being selfish like Wayne. Yeah, definitely. I'm on my 3rd coaching course since being here, I think. So, considering I was at Llanelli for nearly 5 years and was only allowed to do 1 course when I really, really, really begged, that's why it took so long for us to leave there. I was listening to the MGP podcast as I got the notification for this. Sounds like you are well versed in how to have a good time. An excellent podcast followed by an even better stream. I say better than the podcast because obviously on the podcast I'm just one of 4 people on there, whereas on stream it's all me. So it's 4 times better than the podcast, but the podcast is better than any other stream. So you've got things figured out. I'm impressed. I've been to Inverness in November. It's freezing. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. They also have a massive brick wall. Is that a car park? The camera there was a bit It was like WWE video editing, switching back and forth mega quick. But we have just scored an away goal against the team from the division above as we look to continue pushing forward in this Tim Pot competition that nobody else cares about. I have 2 players. When I redeem, I'll check. Will you check both? Ooh, I don't know. Probably not. I might be too tight to do that. Might be a monster. Are you going to use the teams you manage in streams for the LOLLUJO Cup? The original plan was yes, but I don't think I've actually been saving them. So probably no. I don't know. We'll see. I guess if we get a team that's actually any good at any point, I will. There's no point putting Tenefley or Clyde in because they'll get battered by Kettering. Never mind anybody else. So there's probably not a lot of point in putting bad stream teams in. But if we get a stream team that actually wins something, then we'll put them in, I should think. They have one side stand that isn't in use. I sat in the main stand as that meant I was shielded from the North Sea wind. What, you actually went to Inverness to watch a football match? I thought you meant you just went to Inverness, the place. Why on earth did you go to Inverness to watch football in November? I don't think the people of Inverness even go to Inverness to watch football in November. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. We're good at football. Lovely stuff. 2-1 to Clyde. We're going to win this silly old cup. And then if we win it, can we rename it? Because it has got a stupid name. I feel like it needs a ridiculous sponsor. Isn't this the one that used to be the Tunnocks Wafer Trophy or something? But I guess they've lost their sponsorship. I think we should rename it the Tunnocks Wafer Cup. Because I want all the wafers I can eat. Everyone loves a Tunnocks wafer. Officially the best thing to come out of Scotland. Tunnocks wafers. You name a better... We've got any Scottish people in? Name a better thing Scotland has produced. And anyone who says Iron Brew is getting timed out. Because it's dirt water. But Tunnocks wafers, best thing to come out of Scotland. Mods, deal with anyone who says Iron Brew, please. They can have a 5-minute timeout. To think about what they've done. They were warned. I see 3 people who need a timeout. What else have we got on the list? Square sausage and battered pizza. What is square sausage? Is that just a sausage in a square shape? I don't understand. What makes it good? Is it just the shape of it? Shortbread. Shortbread's pretty good. Deep fried Mars bars. Just still never had one. Can't imagine it'd be nice. I'm Scottish. It's Iron Brew, haggis, and square sausage. Now give me that 5 minutes. Come on, we need to get him timed out. Mods, pull your finger out. There's people who need timing out here. Don't make me go and do it myself. Can we agree the worst thing to come out of Scotland is Steve Evans? I think that's fair. Scotch egg. A Scotch egg's actually Scottish. I know they've got the word Scotch in their title, so I guess they probably are, but what a strange thing to invent. That was before they were able to batter things, they were wrapping them in sausage meat and breadcrumbs. Scottish people just love putting things inside other things, don't they? It's a very Scottish thing to do, apparently. Why don't you like Steve Evans? Because he's a criminal, mainly. Don't tend to like criminals. If we've got any criminals in, go and watch someone else. I don't like criminals. He should have gone to prison. He didn't. He's an enemy of football. In more ways than one. Ever tried Buckfast or Mad Dog? I can't even begin to imagine what Buckfast or Mad Dog are. Mad Dog's out of Harry Potter, isn't he? I've not tried him. Right, we're going to bring on another striker. And whack him up front. He can go to be an inside forward. Confirm! Alcoholic beverages. You're talking to the guy who doesn't drink alcoholic beverages. So the chances of me having tried them are probably quite slim. Someone cash in some water. I'll actually have some. I've got some coffee left, but we will go for water this time, I think. Buckfast. What is buck? What are they? Is it beer or what? I don't understand. Oh, we've got a posture check as well. There we go. Oh, and we scored. Perhaps I have to sit like this all the time. I could not sit like this all the time because it just feels unnatural to be sat up straight like this. Shoulders back, nipples out. There you go. Now I can sit properly. Surely George Boyd's the best thing to come out of Scotland. I would be surprised if George Boyd had ever even been to Scotland before he was called up to the national team. I imagine before he was called up, he wouldn't have been able to pick Scotland out on a map. Oh, come on, boys. Boyd was from the Scottish part of Kent. Why don't we have some sexy stretch time like Fab? Because what do I want to stretch for? Buckfast is wine. Ugh, wine is the worst of the alcohols. Wine just tastes like vinegar. I don't understand why people do it to themselves. KTO, thank you very much for the sub. Paul says, shoulders back, nipples out. Doesn't that break the terms of service? No, Twitch love that. It's tonic wine made by monks. I don't know what that means. It's tonic wine. I like vinegar, so that makes sense. I mean, I don't mind vinegar if it's on like a pickled onion. But I wouldn't want to drink the pickle juice. Don't live to regret this moment. I'm just going to get my boy Callum to do that team talk for me. I don't know how to do a team talk before a penalty shootout. Seems unnecessary. Right, come on, boys. Stephen with the first penalty. Lovely stuff. We're 1-0 up. Bum, bum, bum. Oh! Lovely, lovely, lovely. I think we need to give Stephen a real surname. What, like Stevenson? Stevenson. Do you think Ben Foster should do YouTube content he does? I have no idea what YouTube/content he does. I can't think of many reasons why I would be interested in anything Ben Foster had to say. You could even call him Steve Stevens. Nah, he prefers Stephen. Sometimes players get the benefit of the doubt, even though his name is wrong, and he's just written his first name down twice because he didn't understand the questionnaire when he joined the club. But we're going to let him have it. We're going to let him live with his mistake, so he doesn't make the mistake again. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Loving the home save. Normally struggle to keep up with the players, but as they stay longer, I'm keeping up. Yeah, I love the fact we've got players that have been in that team for 4 or 5 seasons. In 4 or 5 divisions. It's a whole new way of playing Football Manager for me. Players that I signed in non-league are still playing for me in League One. It's remarkable. As I haven't caught much of the stream so far, is Stephen the new Danny Daniel? He might well be, yeah. Some Watford fans are arguing with me over it because he thinks it's affecting the team despite him being injured. I mean, football fans generally are stupid, so I wouldn't worry. So tell him Kev says you're dumb. If the team are that fragile that they can be affected by someone making a YouTube video, then they need to get over themselves. I don't even know what he's made videos about. If he did a tier list of his teammates, then maybe that's probably not a good idea. Right, we're into the semi-final of the Spuffle Trophy, which is lovely stuff. What happened to Danny Daniel? Wasn't he in the Isle of Man save? So I guess he died with the save. Watford are third, can't be affecting them too much. Perhaps it's affecting them positively. Perhaps these Watford fans are concerned they feel like they're cheating. And they want him to stop positively impacting the team. Basically just a vlog. Then who cares? But Danny Daniel was a home player. He might have been, I guess. Danny Daniel was the first season of home. Maybe. I don't remember who I had where. I've got so many saves on the go at the moment. We've obviously got this one. The two currently on YouTube. And I'm deep planning the next one on YouTube. Plus there's going to be one in between the two. There's so much going on. I'm just clicking buttons here. Just leave. If you don't want to be here, leave. Right, we are in the semi-final. So Dundee United reserves or Linfield will face Clyde. We could beat either of them, surely. We already knocked Dundee United first team out of the other cup, so we should be able to beat their reserves. I don't know how we compare to Linfield. I don't know. What's better, the Irish Premier League, Premiership? Is this Ireland or Northern Ireland? It should say, oh, it says there, Northern Ireland. So what's better, the Northern Irish Premiership or the Scottish League One? Probably the Northern Irish Premiership would be my guess. We could be in line for a final. Do we get to go to Wembley for the final, or do they play at some inferior northern ground? Oh dear. Linfield play at the Northern Irish National Stadium. Nice. He basically does match day training vlogs. That's a good insight. His life as a footballer, especially that he seems to do more training when injured than when fit. Nice. I hate to break this to you, Kev, but this cup used to be sponsored by Dirtwater. Well, it's not now. Doom, doom, doom. Do. So it's not even at Hampden. What's the point of winning it then? My cousin plays for Clyde. Is he still with you? Ross Cunningham. No. Because it's 2025 and I replaced the entire squad in the summer. So there's no chance he's still here. It'll be Ibrox, Parkhead or Hampden. Okay. Foster broke his fingers a few weeks back. Oh, did he? Poor the old fingers. How's he vlogging broken fingers then? I hurt my shoulder once and couldn't vlog. I want to know how he's vlogging. Is he doing it on his phone? If it's phone content, I'm not interested. That man earns enough money to invest in a proper vlogging rig. If he's vlogging on a phone, then he should be thrown off YouTube for being an embarrassment. A GoPro? Filth. Get him off YouTube. It's making the rest of us look like idiots. Who vlogs on a GoPro? Hideous. Hideous. Oh, of course, we've got the squad number nonsense. Swap the number 8 over like we always do. Always changing the number 8. When you said Ibrox, it sounded weird in your accent. I don't have an accent. You lot have accents. I talk normally. You lot have accents. I said Ibrox completely neutrally in my non-accent. Half of his content is around his cycling. What's he cycling for? I wouldn't allow my players to cycle. They should save themselves for match day. If he goes cycling and then comes to me and says he wants a 2-week holiday because he's tired, then I'll fine him a month's wages. This slime doesn't make trumping noises, and it's just sticky on my fingers. It's horrible. Van Dijk tore his ACL, was doing some training within a few months. Footballers are crazy. I tore my ACL and went to work the next day. Footballers are wimps. It took him months. I tore my ACL and didn't even bother having it repaired. I still suffer 6 or 7 years on, or whatever it is. Puts a GoPro in the net, and when strikers score, they celebrate in front of it. It's funny. Surely there's rights issues around that. If I went to a football match and pointed my camera at the pitch while a goal went in, I wouldn't be allowed to put that on YouTube. And it's not like they don't know who he is. Alfonso Davies and his girlfriend, Jordan, have a vlog thing. They're adorable as heck, are they? By golly. Not as adorable as me, surely. Watford fans complaining about it really hate them. Well, I think they probably need to get their priorities right. He has a contract with Sky Sports and the EFL. That's ridiculous. He signed a deal with the EFL and Sky. Wow. That's, I wonder how much he's paid for that. Can I have the same deal? I want to be able to go and film stuff on my phone. Kev, the naked boy in there. I'm not naked in a hotel. I'm wearing clothes in my office. But yes, I am hardier than Van Dijk. I mean, if he's had to have time off work for a torn ACL, I didn't. So, you know, that makes me twice the man he is. Even though he's my boy Virgil. The finals held at a neutral venue that's nearest to the 2 finalists. I imagine it would be at Hampden. What if it's us against a Northern Irish team? Are they going to hold it in Wales or something? North Wales. To get equidistant between the two of us. The Isle of Man. Oh, yeah, we get to go back to the bowl. Probably worked out more while having a torn ACL than most of the chat have in their entire life. Well, I worked on a torn ACL, so I'm still the real winner here. Why are we suddenly rubbish? Is this is the other cup, isn't it? A Queen of the South good? Or are they in our league? This is a cup competition, isn't it? I don't want to mess up our league run. We were doing well in the league. Oh yes, lovely music. I'd say working out is work for a professional athlete. Nah, it's not. He's like a teacher. Just like teachers only work 9 till 3 and have 3 months off a year. Footballers only work 2 hours a week. And I'm being generous, including their warm-up in that. I'd go to the gym most days if I was paid 200k a week to do so. I'm not sure if I would. Is the Trust Trophy or the cup? It was the cup that we're not in anymore that had the silly group stage. We got knocked out of that one earlier in the season. So this is the 3rd cup now. I think this is the Scottish FA Cup, the Scottish Cup. What do they call it? So the Spuffle one is the equivalent of the Auto Windscreens Cup. He's like to comment saying, hope to see you at a real club soon, mate. It'll be good to see vlogs from somewhere that's not a pub side in Hertfordshire. What's wrong with that? Football fans are far too precious about their silly little clubs. If a Watford fan is generally getting upset about that, they need to get a life. Footballers don't have to like... I didn't enjoy every job I worked at. People are allowed to moan about where they work. He's not a Watford fan, is he? So he doesn't have to like them. They just pay his wages. As long as he tries while he's playing, as long as he does his job properly, he doesn't actually have to like being there. Football fans need to get a reality check sometimes. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, boys. It's a Scottish FL Cup wins championship and low divisions play. Yeah, we got knocked out of that in the quarterfinal. What coaching license are we on? I think I'm doing the Continental C now. I think. We've motored through them since we've been at CLYDE. I'm doing all the 4-month ones. Some players admitted hating being a footballer. They just utilise their talents to make the most of their life. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to enjoy your work. Tevez hated football, and until recently it looked like Bale did as well. I think that's fair enough. You don't have to love it. You just have to be good at it, don't you? Sits, thank you very much for the sub. What club am I currently managing? CLYDE. I couldn't remember. I'd not enjoy it for the money they get. Exactly. I didn't enjoy vlogging for like the last year I did it. Still did it though. Dun, 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 dun. Now I'm loving the comments section on that channel, by the way, because every video, there was one today, someone posted something like, the videos on this channel are getting worse and worse. And now I'm like, good, I told you to unsubscribe a month ago. They're not getting worse and worse. I'm just never going to do what you want again. I'm making the videos I want to do. I'm having fun. What about League 2 footballers on £900 per week that won't make enough money and have to start again in the job market at 35? I mean, £900 a week is plenty of money for a start. You can live comfortably on £900 a week. That's more than the average wage. And they're only working... I mean, if they're not doing university or something alongside it, then they're silly, aren't they? And going back into the job market at 35 is not an issue. I became a teacher at 31. When I eventually get cancelled for saying something stupid on a stream, I'll have to go back into the job market at whatever age I am at the time. 38 probably. You seem rather subdued. I don't know why it was coming out as a list. Rather subdued. How am I doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm not subdued. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired either. I had the most sleep last night that I've had in ages. Because while Anna was off work, I was getting like 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. While she was working nights, I was getting about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. So this morning was the first morning in ages I didn't have to have a 6 o'clock alarm. Got up at 8 this morning, and I think it's thrown my whole day off because I had a full like 7.5 hours sleep. Got up at a slightly more reasonable time, and I've just been all day so tired. I don't know what it is. It's more than the average wage, but the career is half as long. I mean, most people don't do the same job for 15 years, do they? So if you're a footballer for 15, 20 years, you're actually having a much longer career in one thing than most people are doing. I've had 3 very distinct careers, and I could, if I was good at football, I could still be playing now, coming to the end of my first one. But I was a financial advisor for years. Then I was a teacher. Last 4 or 3 years, 3-4 years, I've been a content creator. So, I mean, it's easy switching jobs. You just have to switch into something else and start doing it and get good at it. Kev used to be a teacher before going full-time. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Stream Elements. I don't know why I'm reading your comment. £900 per week isn't that much money if you're in London and you have a 15-year career. The length of the career is irrelevant to how much it is per week. You can just do a different job afterwards. And if you're only getting offered £900 a week in London and you can't afford to live, maybe you don't go to a London club. Maybe you go somewhere where £900 a week is enough. If you're not earning enough to support the lifestyle in the area that you're like, to support your lifestyle, support your family in the area where you're living, maybe they need to have a bit of a conversation with themselves about whether they should be doing it. Or like many players have done over the years, drop down to non-league, go part-time and get a real job. I know there's a few examples of, I don't know if there's been one recently. Dale Southwell probably recently is an example of someone who just hovers around in the upper regions of non-league, banging in goals. I think he go to Wickham for a year or two, but ended up dropping back down part-time and getting back to his real job again. What was the guy years ago? Was it Darryl Clare or something like that? Was top scorer in the conference every year but refused to go full-time, so he just carried on moving around different clubs at that level. Here's a genuine question. When and how did you know it was time to go full-time content creation? I made a video about it like 2 weeks ago. The quick answer is I went far too early because of family circumstances, meaning I had to give up my job anyway. But yeah, I would have probably waited another year. I was basically waiting until I got to the point where I was earning more from this than I was from that. And I didn't get there before I quit my job because I had to quit when I did. But as and when it got to that point, that's when I would have made the leap anyway. Oh, and you can see your player if you cash in for 10,000 points. One of Boston's players dropped out of League Two from Crew, joined us so he could concentrate on his soccer factory. Nice. Darryl Clare was a conference legend, never cut it at Football League level. Think of a footballer that earned £900 a week for 15 years and then becomes a teacher. Easiest life ever. Exactly. My uncle was a footballer and he turned down a certain amount of money because it wasn't enough to live where the club was. But it isn't unknown for footballers to not sign for teams. Exactly. Oh, you did cash in. In that case, yes. Where did you, when and where? How? I need mods to monitor this for me. Oh yeah, I do see that. Yeah, we'll have a look after the game, Owen. We need the mods to keep me alert on this because I'm not going to notice them. They're so small in the chat. We need it to come up like a notification does. Is there a way to link it up to Stream Elements to make it come up as a notification when someone does that? So I hear about it rather than having to notice it in the chat. That's probably asking a lot, isn't it? I think Ben Burgess became a teacher after being a professional footballer. Fred, I'm hydrating now. Thank you. I know Simon Ray, who used to play for Posh. He was a centre-back for Posh probably 15 years ago. I know he's a PE teacher now. So yeah, I think that's quite a common thing for players to move into. Reason for shaking up how the channel points work. People asked, posture check. People asked for the checking players thing, and I just added these two on while we were there because they looked like fun. I'll be taking them off after the stream because they're already a pain in my backside. There you go. That was my posture though. I don't like that at all. Might have to add one to get me to stand up. The former Boston player who played in the Football League with Lincoln in the 80s. He's now a PE teacher at Boston Grammar. Nice. Oh, that's a good finish. Oh. Different sport, but my PE teacher played professional rugby. Nice. I know there was a guy who was, I can't remember exactly how it all worked. I think there was the guy who was my old geography teacher, but he was previously a PE teacher, and then he became head teacher of the school that I went to by the time my kids went there. He used to be a football scout before he was a PE teacher. He used to always tell us about how he found Eddie McGoldrick, which, I mean, what a claim to fame. I discovered Eddie McGoldrick. But then he was manager of Deeping Rangers for years, whilst also being head teacher of the school there, which I always thought was fun. Isn't the pain in the backside what the foster check's for? Yeah, to be honest, it is. There's so many jobs in football outside of playing. I think most players will be okay after they retire from playing. Yeah, exactly. Can we add a redemption for you to make a tactical change of my choice? No. I'd rather cut off my finger. Stand up, do some yoga. I ain't doing any yoga. Too tall for yoga. There's too much of me. I don't bend. I've solidified over the years. I don't bend. Bearing in mind, even as a kid, I've never been able to touch my toes. I have short hamstrings. So I've never been able to touch my toes, even as a kid. It always fascinated me that people could just bend over and touch their toes. I watched when the guy came to set up or to fix the broadband like a month ago now. After he was finished faffing around, he went back to the door and put his shoes on, and he just slipped his foot in and just bent over at the waist and tied his shoes up without bending his legs. I was just looking at him flabbergasted. I have to find something to put my foot on to do up my shoes, or else I'm down on my knees doing it. It was fascinating to see how flexible some people are. But I have never, ever been able to get into that kind of position. Even when I was quite sporty and fit, never been able to touch my toes. That should be tonight's question of choice. Can you touch your toes? Can you touch your toes? Let me know down in the chat. What an interesting topic this is. Mods, we need a poll. Can you touch your toes? Greenie, thank you very much for the sub. Can you touch your toes, Greenie? I think the people want to know. It's all anybody's talking about around here. Look how far ahead of that I was. See, sometimes I'm watching. Just not when Owen cashed in. Ba, 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. I think a lot of players invest in houses and real estate, so they should. That's the other thing as well. We're talking about the extreme example of a player earning a little bit more than a normal salary. But if you go, like, if you get much higher than that, once they're on like £1,200, £1,500 a week, if they're not saving and investing half of that every month, they're doing it wrong. They're just silly boys. I come into you saying you don't bend. I don't bend. I can't bend. I'm not a very bendy man. Stream is lagging, apparently. Interesting. I wonder if I wonder if Twitch is having a moment. Should we have a look at, should we try and diagnose what's going on? It's lagging for everybody. Bitrate seems to be pretty solid. I guess it's just Twitch having a moment. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll give it a few minutes. And then we might have to restart if it continues lagging. Hopefully it won't. We'll just blame Twitch. It's usually Twitch's fault. Unless Anna's just walked down and turned on her PlayStation, but I don't think she will have done at 7:30. Because she'll be sorting Andy out and getting him ready for bed. Shall I do a speed test on my phone? I've learned not to do a speed test on my computer. Try refreshing. We should be back, although... I don't know if it's going to be any better. Is it any better? According to this, we're now dropping 50% of the frames. So it looks like we've restarted, but no better. If anything, this is now showing as broken on my end, which is a little bit of a worry. So you're back. It's better. That's weird because it is definitely now dropping frames, which it wasn't doing before. I don't understand how all this works. We'll persist with it for a minute. If it carries on messing around, we'll just have to give up. What time is it for me? Same time as it is for you. Welsh Pete says 1944. It's 1944 for me. We're probably getting 100% of your 50% of frames. Yeah. You're the ex-computer science teacher. I am, and I'm telling you, it's Twitch that's the problem. It's not from my end. Because as I showed you, for those of you who didn't get to see it before, I'll show you that we're all good at this end. We do a speed test. I mean, there's plenty of internet to go around. But for whatever reason, we are lagging like crazy. But as you can see, I have the speeds. It's just not working. I'll try restarting the computer and then we might have to give up for the night. I think we're good now. But I don't know if any of you are there still, because that took a little longer than anticipated. But we have now dropping 0 frames. So maybe the issue was my PC rather than the internet, because I think we're good now. You can see your player, Owen. I don't think you're going to need to worry about the stream dying. I think we're going to be good now. We're not dropping frames anymore. I don't know what was causing that. It was very odd. My PC's been on all day, so I imagine that probably had part of it. There you go. There's your player, Owen. You are at Birmingham on loan from Chelsea, and you're playing in the Championship this year. Charlie wants to look at their player as well, so let's do that quickly while we're letting everybody come back in. There's Charlie Barnacle 2. Who is at Bristol City, having just gone for £13 million from Birmingham, playing in the Premier League, in fact. Shall we try and find Charlie Barnacle original? Charlie Barnacle. There's the original flavour, who is at Everton and not playing. So number 2 is better than number 1. Right, I think we're good. Those of you who have arrived back, I think it was my computer, because the internet was fine all the way through. I thought it was Twitch. We restarted the PC and it looks like we're good now. It was all very odd. Sawyer Ziplining Hippo is checking on your youth player. What's your youth player called? And then I can check on them. I need to know what they're actually called, though, to be able to do it. Back at 1080p. See, you can see, if we're back at 1080p, you probably need to see me a little bit closer up like this. Look, the spot's nearly gone. Because I've been recording my videos out of sync, that spot's going to be freaking you out on YouTube videos. Because it'll keep disappearing and reappearing. I'm not sure if you've assigned me one yet. Have you told me what you want? Let me see what information I have about you in the Discord. You might not have told me what you want. Oh, no, not there. That's the one. You're not on the list there, so I guess you must have one. So what would he be called? Chris Roundtree. Let's have a look if we've got a Chris Roundtree then. We do have a Chris Roundtree. He is a left back at Newcastle. Was on loan at Hull last year, now playing for Newcastle in the Championship. Sorted. There we go. That's your boy. For England under 21 caps. Right, let's continue. Let's continue from where we got to. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Have I finished recording on Leeds Legend? No, I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow or the next day. I am charging through it to give me more time to get Born up and running. My plan is, I'm so out of sync, I don't know if I know there is a video where I explain the plan. It might have been today's home video even. But basically, I'm trying to get Non-League Legend finished as early as possible this week. Because in the second half of this week, I want to record a little 1 week long mini-series that will be after it. And then that will then give me like 2 weeks to get Born ready. That's the plan. Sad to see non-television go, but excited to see the new series. That's how it should be. I think the mistake I've made in the past, because I always say about how there's some people who disappear after non-league to legend, and looking at the numbers, I think it's because I send them away. I keep non-league to legend going too far. I wait until it starts to decrease in views itself, and then try and drag a reduced audience who've watched the series dwindle out, try and drag them into the next thing. Whereas this time, non-league to legend is still at its peak. It's still getting loads of views. So I'm hoping by leaving everybody wanting more on that save, it'll be easier to bring them over to something new, whether that is bring them to Twitch, whether that's get them caught up on home, whether that's move them into Born in the USA, and hopefully we'll continue getting the same kind of daily views we've been getting pretty much since I moved house. Since I moved house, we've not had anything less than 1 million view month, which is until FM21, I think I'd only ever had 3 million view months ever. But I've now had 1 million view month in November, December, January, February. 4 months in a row, over 1 million views. So we've had a remarkable 3 or 4 months. And I'd like to keep that going. Can we see the schedule for the rest of the season? I think that can probably be arranged. Will that be the 4? Yeah, Born in the USA will be 4 o'clock. Home will stay at 11. Born in the USA will be 4 o'clock. Yeah. Mark Goldbridge is streaming FM. Is he? Is that going to be a regular thing? Is he trying to get in the showdown? If he appears in this month's showdown now, you know what's happened there is he's been approached. He said yes, and Ben said, well, you have to stream some FM then to be allowed in. It's regular. Well, there you go then. I wonder if he's going to be in the showdown. I'm so excited for your excitement when you said a Born in the USA pun for the first time in a YouTube video. Oh, I had an early like concept preview thing of the intro animation today, and it was just like, oh, this is cool. This is going to be a cool series. The database is nearly done. The kits are being designed. It's going to be so much fun. Your growth's been insane. I remember when you did the 50k Q&A a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's been a mad few years. I'm a little bit upset that it looks like Zealand's going to get to 100k before me. I thought I had that. I thought I was going to be the second guy after Work the Space to get 100k from Just Football Manager. Certainly when I went past Ben like 3 months ago, whenever it was, at that point I was like, yes, I'm going to be the second one there. This is so cool. And then Zealand added like 12k subs last month. I think Zealand's above Ben now for subs. And they're very much breathing down my neck. Zealand will probably hit 100k this month. Whereas I think I'll probably do it next month if we carry on as we are. Which is, I mean, it's still awesome. It's still much earlier than I thought I would. But Zealand's going to get there just before me, and it makes me very sad. If any of you are subscribed to Zealand on YouTube, do me a favour and unsubscribe until after I've hit 100k. He'll still turn up in recommended. That's what he does. Don't actually do that. That's mean. Just register a load of fake accounts and subscribe to me. As someone who's never seen a Born series, new subs this year, I am pumped. You will enjoy it. It's going to be very cool. How did I get the logos from home? What, the actual badge that Home wear? That was designed for me. Or do you mean the logos for the other teams? Because that was just a pack I downloaded. I don't remember which one it was. Am I defo in the next Streamer Showdown? Yes. This is where we get the Showdown Twitter. Showdown Twitch turn up in here again and say, Kev, check Discord now. Like we got it this time last month when I told you all I wasn't in it. And Ben came on and told me off. What are you telling him you're not in it? Sorry, Ben. But yeah, it was confirmed on the lowdown that I am definitely in it. How far ahead of Ben am I? I think he's around about 90, 91, and I'm 95, 96, I think. The figures are somewhere around there, and Zealand is in the 90, 91 region as well. So funny because I don't get any FM content recommended besides you because I don't watch anything else. Mike, you're a hero. By the way, I'm baffled to see how little people have your number of subscribed. FM's a big selling game, and I'd expect to see more people interested in Let's Plays of it. I mean, it's growing. I think we're definitely ready for a boom. I think Zealand might be making the boom happen. As much as it upsets me that it's not me who led the way, I've said all along that I'm a firm believer in all ships float in a rising tide. And if Zealand's got 300,000 subscribers this time next year, then me and Jack and Ben are probably going to be sat there on 150, 160, just because he's put so many more eyes on our game. So, yeah, it's. I think we are, and the Showdown's obviously doing big stuff for us as well. We're growing as a group. It's very cool. I think Zealand will be the most subbed FM channel soon. Yes, I think he'll be the first to 1 million subs. If anyone's ever going to get to 1 million subs doing FM stuff, it will be Zealand. And if he does it, he'll do it in like the next 2 years and it will just explode. Have I watched Zealand's podcasts? Yeah. Well, I've listened to them on Spotify. He's talking with his editor about how they think they're going to be part of be a big part of the FM rise. Oh yeah, definitely. Between Zealand and the Showdown, that's what's called. Well, it's a three-pronged thing. It's Zealand, it's the Showdown, and it's Lockdown. Those three things have all come along at the same time, and it's creating a perfect storm for Football Manager growth. So it's an exciting time. I think the true test will be where we all are a month after lockdown ends, like proper ends, not just, you know, lockdown end like we had last summer, like real, once things are back to normal, what impact does that have? Because it's been a long time now of people working at home, playing more FM, being able to watch daytime streams, and you know, there's people who've built their business and built their growth over the last year around streaming in the daytime and people are at work. Is that going to be a thing that can carry on? I never quite took the plunge on doing that, but the 11 o'clock release slot, I wasn't doing that before lockdown. I used to release at 4 p.m, 7 p.m. Now I stream at 7 p.m. So it's going to be an interesting time over the next 6 months or so. If we are still growing at the end of the next 6 month period, it's going to get massive and it's going to be so cool. I have to admit, I found you through Zealand, but you're definitely now my go-to FM streamer. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to say. Even though apparently I make the stream crash like I did earlier. Very sad. Oh, we have a youth intake preview. Exciting stuff. Kev's upsetting his players without noticing again. I found Zealand through you. I'd never heard of him since the Donnarumma story. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was alone. I'd never heard of him before the first Streamer Showdown. When I was invited to be part of the first Streamer Showdown, before we even had a Discord, they invited me into a Twitter private, like a Twitter DM chat with the 8 of us who were going to be doing it. I looked through the names and I was like, okay, I know all these people. I've met all these people. Apart from this, who the hell is the old Zealand? Is he a blogger or something? Who the hell is he? What's he doing in here? And then eventually, around about the same time, his YouTube videos started popping. But yeah, he's had an incredible year. I tried some of FM YouTubers, but I can't get on with any of them apart from you. I think it's because you just seem like a standard bloke playing a game. That should be my tagline. I'm a standard bloke playing a game, but I'm doing it in a suit. I'm a well-dressed standard bloke playing a game. I like watching home while doing online school. Midday pick me up. Yeah, a lot of people have said stuff like it to me. The question, I guess, is going to be, when you're back in normal school and people are back in normal work, is it still something you're going to sit and watch on your lunch break, or am I going to have to adjust the release time, because YouTube is a fickle beast, and it'll kill the series if it doesn't get, so much of how well a video does is based on how well it does in that first hour. Release time is crucial. So you might see very quickly me switching to, I might even do like a 3 p.m, 6 p.m, and drop the 4 p.m. slot that I've had for about 5 years. There'll be a lot of thinking to be done. Or I guess we could maybe experiment with releasing later. Maybe have the second series come out while I'm streaming. Like a 9 p.m. release or something. I don't know. When I'm fully back, I'll binge watch on the weekends, but that's just me. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people will be the same. I'm a trainee teacher and like to treat myself to a double whammy of home and on to Legend after the day at about 4. Got no time at 11, sadly. I'm usually teaching. That's fine. That's fine. I can cope with that. That was the original thought process behind the 4 o'clock release. Get people on their way out of school. It was partly because that's when I would be getting home. So that was my release slot back from when I was a teacher. So I'd finish work at like 20. I was allowed out. The earliest we were at school finished at 3:15. The earliest we were allowed to leave as teachers was 3:25. So I'd be stood next to the gate at 3:24 and 50 seconds every day, bag over my shoulder, ready to step over the threshold the moment I was allowed to. So I'd be home just before 4 to watch my video pop out and get involved in the comments. Jamie, thank you very much for the sub. Go for a 6:30 release, and then at the end you can say go over and watch me now on Twitch. That is a good shout. I used to watch an Honest Legend vids on my commute home. I hope there was a commute on a train, Scotty, and you weren't driving while watching videos, you rascal. Would it make sense to release the second video at 7 then start streaming at 7:30? The problem with that is if I then do a 3-hour stream, I'm then up till 10:30 again, and the reason I moved the streams earlier was because all those late nights and early mornings were breaking me. What I need is driving instructors to get back to work quick, so Anna can learn to drive, so I don't have to be up at the crack of dawn to take her to work every day. Tomothy is raiding with a party of 84. 84 people who genuinely were watching Tom out of choice. Remarkable. Welcome to Tom's motley crew. I've got whoopee putty in a toilet shaped pot. Would you like to hear Kev do a little trump? This one's for Tom. Hold on, we have to pull the squishy stuff out. This is better than guitars. It doesn't even, it's not very good, is it? I think Santa's beaten me there. Oh, it's now all over my, it's so sticky. Oh, it's so sticky. So Kev, how does it feel having a FIFA streamer winning both the league and the championship? Well, Millie, as you well know, the league is irrelevant. So he won an interim championship when I wasn't in it. So it feels pretty much the same as when Manny won an interim championship when I wasn't in it. It's just shows all it really does is confirms even more how much better than all these other jokers who call themselves Football Manager creators are. Whenever I'm not in it, they let some outsider come in and win it. Is that the guy? Is this the guy who wins? Why are all the Showdown lot watching Tom? What the hell is this? We've got Millie and Luke both coming over from Tom's stream. My word. This is Kevy 5 times. Show some respect. You should be in my stream already, not coming over with the likes of Tom. Goodness me. Hideous. Bum, bum. You need to become Kevy 6 times. I will at the end of the month. I will be Kevy 6 times. The question is, will FNG be brave enough to turn up? Or will he continue ducking me? Because remember, he keeps ducking me. He's been in 2 showdowns now. Interestingly, 2 showdowns that I wasn't in. So he only turns up when I don't. So now he knows I'm back. He'll probably have a haircut booked or something. Or should I say, do you have to call it a trim so the young people understand? I mean, to me, a trim is what your granddad has. Just a trim, please, love. Not too much off the back. Oh, no, don't you... Just scissors. Don't use the clippers. Just a trim. When did the young'uns claim that word back? What is it? What is this with you people? Yes, that's right. I'm coming for you, young people. To be fair, one of my tactics was a copy of Kev's and that didn't work out. Well, you obviously used it wrong, you buffoon, Tom. You buffoon. Does anyone else wear a fancy suit and a tuxedo on showdown night? I think not. Exactly. I'm the only one who takes it seriously. I purchased 2 different tuxedos for the showdown. Exactly. Kev versus Ben is like a big Premier League game anyway. Rubbish and ends with a draw. I mean, it's more like a big Premier League team playing against a Conference North side who talk a good game but aren't actually any good. I have a question. Just finished my first ever league. I win, get promoted. My team became semi-pro from amateur. My squad was good and don't lose any games. My question, do I need to look for other guys for a new league for this squad? Would I be okay at league? Do I need to sign contracts for my current squad? I would just have a look to see what's about. If there's better players than what you've already got available, try bringing them in. You should probably offer some of your better players contracts as well, or else they'll just leave if someone offers them money. You look smarter than the showdown lot wearing their jackets. I know, they are right scruff bags, aren't they? Polo shirts and shirts without jackets, and every one of them wearing the same tie. They go from looking like golfers to looking like schoolboys. This is one of the other reasons why I'll never be allowed on the showdown. Because if they think I'm wearing a school uniform, they've got another thing coming. I'll come dressed as Kev. I have a brand to maintain. Discord just told you that I'm live. Thanks, Discord. If you can choose someone to play in the final out of Ben, Zealand, FNG or Manny, who would it be? I don't know. Are we trying to put on a show or are we trying to get an easy win? Actually, to be fair, the answer to both of them is Manny. Because the only time I've played him, I beat him 4-0 and he's got the most followers. So I'd make the most money from playing Manny. So yeah, Manny, please. Comfortable win and 5,000 people watch him. US suits just like a football manager. I know, I'm a maniac, aren't I? No, I really missed Curtie's bow tie at the weekend. Really missed it. I don't think I can get behind Curtie not wearing a bow tie for the lowdown. I thought we were bow tie brothers. Dun 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 dun. Ollie Ken, evening to you too. I'm good. How are you? Right, what's going on in this football match? The chat's suddenly quieted down. I'm worried that we're lagging again. Either that, you all had enough of me. It was 20 years on Grange Hill reunion. What, the lowdown? Oh dear. I can't get on board with the no jackets. If you're trying to look smart, you got to wear a jacket. When I was a teacher, you'd see other teachers wandering around with no jacket on, and it was just like, what, you're trying to look like a 9-year-old or something? You're trying to look like Jim off The Office with your no jacket and your sleeves rolled up. You don't look cool, you're a teacher. Put a jacket on and try and look smart. Telling that kid to tuck his shirt in and you're not even wearing a jacket? Grow up, put a jacket on. I know it's hot, but I'm wearing one. Put yours on. What happened with the toe touching? I can't touch toes. I've never been able to touch my toes. At this point, I pretty much just watch your face cam and don't really take any of the FM in anymore. Oh, you're a lucky guy, Mike. I start doing poses. How am I? Ryan, I am very good, thank you. I actually feel rejuvenated after restarting the stream. I was a little subdued. I think that was the word used to describe me, subdued, before the stream went down. But now I'm back and feeling effervescent. I'm the opposite. I watch the FM and wonder who keeps talking over it. That can't be true. Nobody's watching this for the FM, surely. And he linked my OnlyFans. I'm tempted to get one. I'll tell you what I am tempted to do. Stereo. Me and Sheepdog were looking at it last night. After the stream. I've actually set up a proper stereo profile now. Stereo.com/LOLLUJO. Set up my proper profile and everything. Link the podcast. Link my YouTube. They've not given me a verified tick yet, so I'm a little bit upset with them. It's making noises. Hopefully they'll verify me shortly. But I am tempted to start doing something on stereo. I'm not sure what. I play FM and just have you talking in the background. That's the best way. That's how I assume 90% of people consume these streams. We watch Kev because there's so little button clicking. It's proper FM. Exactly. Have I used Clubhouse? No, I've not had an invite to Clubhouse. I've got the app downloaded. I'm on the waiting list, but I don't actually have access to it yet. We've reserved LOLLUJO for you. We'll text you as soon as your account is ready. So I need a Clubhouse invite. If anyone wants to give me a Clubhouse invite, I'm there. I've got stereo. What is stereo? It's basically like Clubhouse. It's live podcasting with interaction. It's pretty cool. I was listening to a few podcasts on there last night. Oh, hold on. Where is he? Where's little Jack? Here he is, look. Big Jack's here. Big Jack. Little Jack, wave to Big Jack. Hello, Big Jack. Oh, little Jack, are you excited to see Big Jack? Do you want to do something Big Jack will never get to do, little Jack? You can wear the crown. Oh, little Jack's the champion. Amazing. Thank you for the raid, Jack. Welcome to everyone who's come over from Jack's stream. It's not just a puppet show here, but there are puppets. So if you're new and you like puppets, now is the time to subscribe. Even if you don't like puppets, there won't be many puppets. You should still follow anyway. What are these faces I'm seeing? What is all this nonsense going on in my chat? What is this supposed to be? I don't even know what that is. Some man with something coming out of his ears. I don't understand. Oh, it's Mark Viduka, is it? What's he got coming out of his ears? Mark Viduka with his arms coming out of his ears. I mean, I vaguely remember what Mark Viduka looked like, or looks like. And I don't think he had tiny little arms like that, and I don't think they came out of his ears. It's little Mark. Okay, I'll allow it. I think the raid was well defended. I don't understand this defending the raid thing. I don't really understand Twitch. You may have noticed. I don't watch any Twitch. I just come and talk on it for a few hours every night. I don't watch any of it. I don't really know how it works. Raids are a good thing, aren't they? Well, yeah, what's Twitch? Exactly. What is this Twitch that you speak of? Someone just set up an account on my OBS and told me, Kev, if it's dark outside, press start streaming. If it's light outside, press start recording. And that's all I know. Have I got a link for my Twitch? I don't know what it is. But I am about to be on stereo. Stereo.com/LOLLUJO. Don't know what Twitch is, though. This is YouTube, isn't it? Where do we stream now? I need someone to let me know what's going on. Right. I don't care that he's unhappy. I'm not even going to have that conversation with him. Watching Kev on the phone, FM on the laptop, and a chocolate milkshake. What a night. You don't want a chocolate milkshake on your laptop. That's a recipe for trouble. If someone raids you in real life, you'll probably want to defend it. I mean, I'm getting on in years. I don't think I've ever been raided in real life. I live in the future. There's not a lot of Vikings around my way. Someone just called Ben scored against me. He's from Comoros. Nice. What is a Twitch? Nobody knows. Fred, thank you for the bits. I thought Twitch was a bird-watching website. I mean, it's on the internet. I assume it's porn. Don't know. Very disrespectful. You know this is the platform. I know this is a platform. I'm the outlier in all these FM content creators. I'm the one who still makes most of my money off of YouTube. Everyone else has taken over Twitch. I'm still a YouTuber through and through. YouTube till I die. What? Twitch's stream has gone down? Why? Don't understand. Oh, can someone throw some channel points at a posture check? I almost straightened myself out. I don't want to do it without someone giving up points for it. So, can we have a posture check, please? Thank you. Oh, yeah, this is needed. Oh, straighten out the old back. Oh, lovely. Thank you. That's the best Kev points anyone's ever spent. Still surprising me that Twitch is the 4th most visited site, so I'm told. I can't believe that's true. What? Website as a whole? That can't be true. 4th most visited gaming streaming site, maybe. Welsh Pete wants me to hydrate and have a sip of Diet Coke. Thank you. I mean, just off the top of my head, Google, YouTube, Facebook, they must all be ahead of it. You're telling me Twitch is the 4th after that? That can't be right. Yeah, Pornhub must be above Twitch, surely. There's a lot of people on Twitch over here. There is, but there's a lot of people on Twitter. There's a lot of, yeah, Amazon. There's no way Twitch is the 4th most visited website on the internet. Not a chance. Kev, what's Pornhub? It's where I upload my Football Manager videos. New season, that's where Born in the USA is going to be. I'm branching out from YouTube. Born in the USA is going to be on Pornhub, 4 o'clock every day. That'd be amazing. It's going to be it'll be exactly the same content you used to on YouTube. I'll just loosen my tie. I have my top button undone. I am naked from the waist down. Twitter is the 4th most visited site, not Twitch. That makes more sense. Presumably behind Google, if it counts. Google.com. Google, YouTube, and Facebook, I guess, would be the 3 ahead of it. I was absolutely told wrong. It's the 32nd, apparently. That sounds a bit more like it. I stopped slagging off Spurs yet. I mean, I don't do it constantly. Just when the moment takes me. Got an Arsenal shirt behind me. Does that help? Yes, and it's in that order. Kev knows the internet. Oh, beautiful. Top 4 is Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Kev is a genius. I've not logged into Facebook for over a year. Yet, I imagine still every Friday, imaginary Kev goes onto the Kevin Chapman Facebook group and says, "You got any plans for this weekend?" And once a month, he probably says, "Thanks for your support in the last month, guys." That's all. If this, then that does that for me. I apologize if you've ever responded to one of those thinking I would ever see it. I've not logged into Facebook since before my social media cleanse because I realized I didn't want to go back. If you really want, I can invite you to Clubhouse. Just PM me on Discord if you want. Just know I would need your phone number. Oh, Mike's going to start phoning me in the middle of the night. Oh, no. You need to slag off Spurs now. I don't like punching down. We stop saying Pornhub or Demon's having a fit. Pornhub, 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 Pornhub. I'm on day 3 of that just disappeared. Day 3 of intermittent fasting. What's the rules on drinking? I'm struggling without fizzy flavored drinks. That's my big crux. I mean, I'm not intermittent fasting now. I mentioned last night I've added in some Huel for my breakfast. Well, I guess I'm still following the rest of the rules. It's just I'm having that. But as far as I'm concerned, if something's 0 calorie, it's fair game. So black coffee, black tea, diet soft drinks. I've been having all of that. Sugar-free squash. I don't see how that's doing any harm. If it's 0 calorie, you're still effectively fasting, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe that's not strictly to the letter of the law, but to be fair, I don't think there is a law. So I think we're probably all going to be all right. That's the thing about Clubhouse. You need an invite, so randoms can't just come and gaslight me. I don't really know what that means. Where's NordVPN ranked? It's ranked number 1 in the list of really brilliant VPNs that you should all use. Exclamation mark NordVPN. I've heard all the cool people have NordVPN. If you're using a different VPN, ooh, you're not getting an invite to Clubhouse. Stop saying Pornhub I watch with my parents. What, you watch Pornhub with your parents? That is a modern family right there. Please don't. I like your content, but I support Spurs. Feel pushed out. I mean, you know it's all in good jest, don't you? I pick on lots of clubs. What is this Clubhouse you're on about? I don't really know because I've not had an invite. I just know that I've registered my username for ready for when I get my invite. It's where all the cool kids are hanging out. The really cool kids, like the people who've had NordVPN for years. They're all on there just hanging out, having a lovely time. Why do I hate Coventry City? I mean, I am so indifferent to Coventry City that I can't even think of an answer to the question. Sheepdog supports Spurs, probably the reason Kev hates them. I don't hate them. They're an easy target. If Kev doesn't make fun of your club, is it even a real club? Exactly. That reminds me, I need to give this Arsenal shirt away, or else it's all right having it as a prop while I'm making a series of Arsenal videos, but once this series ends, I can't then continue to own an Arsenal shirt. It's bad enough I own a Northampton shirt. What do I think about my team, Kev? Burnley. George Boyd used to play for him, so they must be good. I don't really have an opinion. Arsenal shirt is the best looking one in the Prem, is it? By golly. Expensive enough. Hope it's made of gold. I spent £65 on it. I thought it was Arsenal themed toilet paper. I mean, not for 65 quid, it's not. This isn't lockdown 1. Toilet paper is a normal price again. Is there an English team you'd never play in FM? No, don't think so. McDonald's, maybe. I probably wouldn't play as McDonald's. But out of that, why do I support Cambridge United? Oh, dear. Bless them. I can't even be mean to them. It's like kicking a puppy being mean to Cambridge. They don't deserve it, and they don't even know it's happening, and they will just smile about it and wag their tail and come back for another go. I've not recorded the last Arsenal video yet. No, I've got a few more to do yet. I'm around about Christmas of the season, so I had a mammoth recording session on it today, and I'll go again tomorrow and try and get it finished. I did my first ever fleet. I'm proud of myself. Congratulations. How can we support Peterborough United? Because I was born in Peterborough, and I support my local club because I'm a proper person. If Peterborough ever folded, who would I support? Nobody. I'd just stop watching football altogether. I'm a Peterborough fan. I'm not a football fan. But our analyst report thing looks like a witch's head, which is nice. I still don't. I need to learn these analytics screens, by the way. When I was watching the showdown, watching Dr. Ben mess around looking at heat maps and things, we need to learn how to do these. When I say we, I mean me, because I don't know how to use them. I've never really looked at them. Any suggestions for a new save? Yes, Clyde. Clyde are great. Born in London, moved to Wales, Arsenal fan. Fair enough. Kev, I'm not a football fan. Also, Kev, a game called Football Manager is my job. I've said many times before, if I had to choose between football and Football Manager, football is gone forever. I've played Football Manager pretty much every day for the last 25 years, and that's not even exaggeration. There's probably a small handful of days where I've not played Football Manager. Oh, what's this? Players getting recalled. I see. Whereas I could take or leave football. I played Football Manager long before I even got into the sport. Yeah, I've continued playing football a lot. I've continued playing Football Manager long after I lost interest in the sport. I'm not a fan of shooting people, but I'd still be an FPS pro if I could. Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. I've never stolen a car, but I enjoyed GTA 5. I only know of most of these players that get picked in the showdown through FM. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's why I feel like I've got an advantage when I think I would have been really good at this showdown that I've just missed because it was Premier League based. And I think I have a real good knowledge of the Premier League through managing there so much this year. And last year with the Man United save, the Leicester save, we've been at Spurs last year. We've been at Arsenal this year. We've spent a lot of time in the Premier League on FM20 and FM21. So I think I have a big advantage in the Premier League. Well, Kev was joking when he said he didn't watch football at first. No, I am one of those people. I mean, I've not even watched Posh. Posh are playing right now. And I don't even know the score. I'll check the score afterwards. We're top of the league as well, which is ridiculous. What is the score in the Posh game? Someone get me this. It must be 0-0, so I've not had a notification. We score all our goals in the second half now. That's our new trick. Big Johnson turns up sometime in the second half and wins us the game. It's still 0-0. Well, there you go. That's why I've not had a notification about it. I was playing FM today and found a BTEC Marco Royce called Marco Royce with a second S. And I found his brother who also wanted to sign for me. And his last name was Roos. I'm very confused. Lincoln are losing. Magical. Well, that does mean I owe Tom a showdown. Missed an open goal. What, Posh missed an open goal or in the game we've missed an open goal? I don't mind saving myself 10 quid every now and again. The coverage is so shoddy. I'll just watch it on YouTube tomorrow. The highlights. I want to do an Apollon type save, but don't know who to do it with. Pick a country that you. Where would you go on holiday? If you go on holiday right now, where would you go? That can be your country, and then just pick your best sounding name from the lowest playable league there. That's pretty much how I ended up with Apollon. I liked the name. I think supporting a lower league club gives you an advantage in the showdown too. I notice people tend to choose players from the club they support. Oh yeah, definitely. I think the fact that I don't really know about real footballers, all my knowledge of footballers comes from Football Manager. I think that's a huge advantage. Like Pedro is a fantastic example. Everybody mocked me for drafting Pedro in season 1, and he was fantastic. He was match-winning performances, but everyone mocked me because in real life he's an old man who you would never pick in real life. But in FM, he's brilliant and played the role I wanted him to play brilliantly. And because I have no real life bias towards him or against him, I just looked at his attributes, know how well I've seen him play in FM this year, and thought, yes, I'll have a bit of that, please. Let's imagine you were present on the latest showdown. Who do you think, after seeing everyone, would be the biggest problem to deal with? Zealand, probably. It was always Zealand's to lose once it got into the knockout rounds. And he just got a little bit unlucky, I think. Zealand's always going to be competitive. But sometimes I think he gets too Zealandy. He sometimes... I think sometimes, from watching Zealand play over the weekend, there are times when he makes changes because he knows he's Zealand and feels like he should, when it would sometimes be best just to leave something for 15 minutes and see if it's working. He doesn't need to constantly try and show how clever he is, because sometimes the clever thing to do is just win it 5 times and wear a crown. Good evening, Kev. How is one? One is good. Thank you very much. Posture check. Here we go. Yeah. Beautiful. Tell you what, the suit looks better when I'm sat up properly. It does look better. I'm a good looking man. Oh, beverage as well. Found you through Zealand, I'll admit. That's fine. You made it here. You made it here eventually. Even if you came by the scenic route, you made it here in the end. You upgraded. Imagine if you'd have found me first, then Zealand. The disappointment of him being your destination. At least this way, you upgraded throughout your journey, and every new creator you found along the way was a treat. I can't imagine the disappointment doing that journey the other way around. He's overthinking countering opponents where he should probably stick with his shape. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we talked about this last night when we were talking about how Ben got on. And I think sometimes, again, in an effort to look clever, I don't know if it's conscious or subconscious, but in an effort to look like they know what they're doing, and I guess in an effort to not make a fool of themselves is probably a better way to phrase it. Because I don't think they're consciously going out there to try and show off and look clever. But I think part of them is they're feeling pressure to look like they're doing something so they don't get loads of stick for not doing anything, and they then fall into the trap of countering the opposition far more than they would in a single player game. I mean, I've not really watched either Zealand or Ben play much single player Football Manager, but I can't imagine they sit there constantly countering the opposition the whole time, like every 10 minutes moving a player around or changing an instruction to constantly counter the opposition. But then they go into head-to-head tournament play and they're constantly countering. So not only are they doing something which is proven to be ineffective in Football Manager, if you make too many changes, your familiarity goes down. It does actually cause more harm than good. But also they're playing the game in a way they're not used to doing. It's like, I don't know, give me an analogy, Kev. Come on, Kev's brain, do an analogy. It would be like, I know, you know, I'm not a motorsport guy, so this is a very tenuous analogy, but it would be like doing all of your training for Formula 1 in my car. Just doing laps up and driving up and down the A1 in my Kia. Police stop you. What are you doing? Driving that Kia like a maniac. I'm a Formula 1 driver. I've got a Grand Prix at the weekend. I'm practicing. It's just, I mean, it's not practice, is it? You're going to go there and it's all going to be different, and you're going to do it differently, and it doesn't make any sense. But what do I know? What do I know, eh? I knew Manny played FM, but Kev was the first YouTuber that played FM that I watched and enjoyed. Beautiful. Stick with the shape, but have a desperation plan. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, if you've watched today's home video, you've seen that in real desperate circumstances, I'm not against shifting stuff around if I really, really have to. But it's not my default at all. Kev, what keywords did you use to help promote your videos in the YouTube algorithm in the early stages of my channel? The early, I might do another content clinic soon, maybe this weekend, maybe next. I just set out to dominate LLM. So that was what I was going for. You basically have to decide what your niche is going to be and focus your keywords around that. You want keywords that are not too competitive. There's no point going after FM21 as a new creator because you won't get it. But you need a niche that people might be searching for. I imagine Zealand's keywords will be stuff like Football Manager tutorial, Football Manager guide, FM21 guide, FM21 tactics. I don't know, that he'll be going after all these slightly longer keywords that are slightly less crowded. Firstly on Twitch, I watch you first, then Zealand, then Fox. After you, I try other FM streams but can't stick to anyone, so I only watch you three. Excellent. What a selection as well. That selection surprises me because I think, I mean, it's not a criticism, but with three very different creators doing very different kinds of content, perhaps I guess you just like a different flavour. You've picked your favourite from each category, which I like. Bagpuss wants to check on their youth player. What is your... Oh, here we go. You need to let me know what the name of your player is, and I'll have a look. Kev's the reason I came back to FM. Haven't played since FM06. Yikes. Welcome back. Picking a random team has got me to manage the worst team in Israel. Brilliant. That sounds awesome. And you have to Niren's win. Can't wait till you slap his beep. So, hold on. Slap his. There we go. I will slap it. Then I will drink out of my shoe. I don't have to order a new shoe. A watertight shoe. Most of my shoes are either flip-flops or Converse. And neither of them are keeping beverages in. And I don't drink alcohol. So I'm not going to do a shoey. I'll just wear another. I'll do a crownie. That'll be my thing. Put a drop of Diet Coke in my crown. Kev's doing a crownie! That's probably some perverted thing. That is there perverted slang? Does crownie mean something I don't want to be doing? I watch you, Robbie, and Clates mainly. What a selection. For me, it's Ben in the day, then Kevy 5 times at night. Having you both at different times is class. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Tend to switch between yourself, Jack, and Clates, but spend most of my time here. Like it. Crowning is something. Yeah, I'm not crowning. I will do a crownie, though. Starshock, thank you for the sub. The only two I watch are you and Benji. I find the others either boring or difficult to listen to for long periods of time. I get that. Is Tom still here? Just changing the subject completely. Is Tom still here? Just out of interest? Oh. Ben was great today. He gave a glimpse behind the curtain of the streamer showdown and we want more. What sort of glimpse did he give? I was watching my hair. Watching my hair? I mean, I could have been. I was washing my hair, so I didn't have the pleasure of Ben's stream today. What's he up to? What sort of glimpses is he given? I want to have a glimpse behind the curtain. What's the newest Lincoln fact? There's only one Lincoln fact. They don't know how to do barbecue. I generally watch Twitch for the streamer rather than the game. It's fun to sit here and listen to Kev. I can't say the same for any other FM streamer. Exactly! Ooh, that was very nearly a goal. I think there's that many bad FM streamers, at least from the Showdown Lowdown lot. Yeah, I mean, if someone's in the Showdown, then that means they're pretty good at what they do. Or they're Tom. What? What? Tom's got photos of Ben. What? I mean, have you looked at how many consecutive Showdowns Tom's been in now? Ben needs to get those pictures back. I only saw Ben trying to order stuff off of Moonpig for Ellie. There's content for you. This is why he's got 1,000 subs and I've only got 400. I don't spend enough time on Moonpig. See, I just don't get Twitch. I'm not cool enough. Like these young... Oh, talking of cool, it's circled on my diary. Today is a glorious day. Hold on, we need to go full screen for this, because today, boys and girls, I'm so excited. I've had this circled on my calendar for like 6 weeks since we had this discussion on Twitter. Today is the day. As of now, Dr. Benji FM is closer to 40 than 20. Boys and girls, he's old. He's closer to 40 than 20. Welcome to being old, Ben. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Ben, you're old. You're closer to 40 than 20. Beautiful. Oh, what a time to be alive. You don't believe that's on my diary? Look, there it is. Will that focus on that? Just there. It says, Ben closer to 40 than 20.
You won't be alive in a minute.
Why? Dr. Benji's closer to 40 than 20.
I can hear you in Andy's room.
Right?
Quiet.
I'm celebrating. Ben's old.
I don't care if Ben told you're older.
Don't say that on the internet. I'm 24. I'm in trouble now. Posture check. There we go. Posture. Whew. I'm also closer to 50 than 20, but we're not going to get into those kind of details. Dale Stevens is retiring. Just as well, we haven't played him ever. I don't really know why he's here. Oh, hydrate. Okie dokie. Rob's closer to 50 than 48. Amazing. Watching Kev get a telling off equals content. Oh, yeah, you're all in trouble too. You lot made that happen. Join the stream to see Kev get toned down by Anna. I guess I missed the celebrating part. Yeah. Hey, I've got a coaching license as well. Right, let's do another one. Keep giving me these coaching courses. We are flying through the coaching courses now. It's a pleasure to be at a club that's not only got money, but is making a profit as well. Player check. Who am I checking? Kenny Cage. Kenny Kent. Kenny Cave. What? Kenny Cage. Kenny Kane. Kenny, what was your player called? Was he Kenny Cage? Kenny Gray. Okay. Kebby? No. Kenny Gray. Kenny Gray. One appearance for Arsenal. There you go. The breakthrough is coming. Congratulations. Is tomorrow's transfer special eventful? Yes. Can I go to an English team yet? I mean, I don't think I will. I'm enjoying Scotland. I've never really managed it. I have never managed in the Scottish lower leagues before. What is that? Why are you handing me an enormous Whatsit? Anna's got giant Watsits, everybody. Oh, thank you. I don't like Watsits. I've told you before, Watsits were what the smelly kids ate at school. There'd always be that one kid who had Watsit dust down his shirt. Oh. And I'm not just picking on one kid. All through school and seeing it as a teacher as well, there's always that one kid with Watsit dust on their shirt. Oh, just stop eating Watsits, you dirty kid. Ugh. I was that one kid. Just brush your shirt down, birdie boy. That's all you need to do. Just brush your shirt down. Yes, Anna has a bag of giant Watsits. I should phrase that correctly. It wasn't any comment on physical attributes. She has giant... Should I be Googling this? Giant Watsits. See? They're really cheesy. But he's loving them. Dad opens bag of Watsits to find just one cheesy snack inside. Is this... I mean, this is news, is it? Andy Stubbs, 43. He felt the need to contact a newspaper after this. I like the fact I googled giant Watsits and now we're getting adverts for bras. Dad opens bag of what's-its to find just one cheesy snack inside. Andy Stubbs, 43, bought a multi-pack of the corn puffs for lunch with his family before noticing one bag felt suspiciously lighter than the others. Can there be any more to this story? We're about to find out. No, we're just repeating ourselves here. He's a software developer. But when the software developer reached for one of the bags, taut with air, and shook it, Andy realised there was only one what's-it inside. He shook the bag to make his payroll manager wife Jan, 39, and 2 sons, Oscar, 9, and Harry, 5, laugh. Then decided to keep it unopened as a novelty. This guy is fun 24/7. Little Harry... Oh no, it's his son's name, not his penis. Little Harry was desperate to open the bag and eat whatever was inside. But Andy decided to hold on to it as a memento. Don't eat that, whatever your name is, Big Harry. Andy was nudged by Jane to open the bag, though, when she read the story of 41-year-old Steve Smith, who found one baked bean in a Heinz tin. Oh, these guys are living the life. The family gathered round the kitchen table and filmed the moment Andy opened the bag on Saturday and a single perfectly shaped what's-it fell out. Andy from Sidcup, southeast London, said, "It's not often you get a one what's-it bag of what's-its, is it?" Top tier commentary, Andy from Sidcup. I'd bought a multi-pack for the family a couple of months back and I'd gone to get a bag of what's-its because, why not? I love life. Lo and behold, when I held the bag, I could feel it was full of air. I shook it around and realised there might have been one what's-it inside. So I showed it. She was called Jan before. Oh no, it was Jane. My mistake. So I showed it to Jane and the boys and we all cried our eyes out. I was starving hungry. Harry really wanted to open the bag, mostly because he wanted to eat it. Unreasonable little turd. But I said it would be funnier to keep it as a memento. He loves to laugh. When Jane saw it in the news about the guy that we've already been through, they've told us the story. Now Andy from Sidcup's telling us the same story. When I opened it, there was something slightly anticlimactic about it. I mean, you were just opening a bag of crisps, Andy. But it didn't stop the whole thing being funny. Everybody, round of applause for Andy from Sidcap, because he's a funny guy. Well, that is an entire article on a what's-it. Gordon Bennett. New style of content coming to the Kevin Chapman channel soon, by the way. I've got a future in newspaper commentary. I picked a weird moment to tune in. I know. Not wasting a clap on that idiot. But he loves fun. He loves to laugh. Oh, there was only one what's-it in it. It was genuinely hilarious. Jane and the kids, they cried their eyes out. Because Jane was crying because she realised who she'd married. Oh. Fair play to the journalist who got 750 words like that. I mean, at the end of the day, Andy from Sidcup is the guy who's laughing all the way to the bank. Because I imagine he got paid 50 quid by the Daily Mirror for it. He has that article printed and stuck on his wall. But because he's zany, he's got it framed and it's on his downstairs toilet wall. Imagine having to live with that moron. Oh. Yeah, if Andy from Sidcup's watching the stream, get a life, Andy. I mean, we've got sympathy for his wife here. Let's remember, she's the one who egged him on with the... Andy from Sidcup, come here. Remember that bag of what's-its that you think's only got one what's-it in? You'll never guess what. This guy on the internet had a can of beans that only had one bean in. I mean, that's hilarious. So this must be hilarious too. They all love fun. He's unfollowed the stream. Well, you know what? I'll be all right. Poor Harry was starving. Yeah, Harry just wanted a bag of crisps. You're not having any. Harry, you're not having the crisp. The Daily Mirror are interested. Oh dear. I reckon he just ate them all and had to find an excuse to tell his wife. Sun newspaper headline, man starves hungry child. Oh dear. And I bet Andy from Sidcup was that kid at school who always had what's it does down his shirt. Oh, and all over his fingers as well. And then when you're using the crayons in the afternoon after lunch, and you go to get a red crayon because red always goes quick. You're in there looking for a red crayon, and there's just what's it dust in there. Andy from Sidcup. Sorry, Andy, we don't need to be this formal. We're all in Sidcup. Andy, why? Anna's going to think I'm shouting at actual Andy. Andy, why is there what's it dust in the crayons again? Oh, I'd have been furious with him. There's nothing wrong with being that kid. There is, because now we know you turn into that adult. Wonder if other newspapers turned him down. I mean, there's one way to find out. Let's see who else had this hot story. Who else? So he made it into the Mirror. The Metro. The Metro covered it as well. The Sun. Everyone picked up the Birmingham Mail. It made it all the way to TW News, whatever that is. Yahoo Movies. A movie. The Daily Mail have got it. I mean, the man, to be fair, he's built a career off of it. Is it written? So that's written by Jen Mills. Where's our Daily Mirror one? So this is Jack Wright. So we've actually got different people. It's the same photographer though, surely. He's wearing the same shirt. But he made it into the Sun as well. Let's not give them any advertising revenue. Birmingham Live. They've made a video about it by the looks of it. The World News. Is this a Czech website? Is that what this is? This is the Czech news platform. This made it all the way to the Czech Republic. Yahoo Movies. They're all over it. The Mail Online. Oh, Andy doesn't get a credit here. The Shopper. See, the Daily Mail have to make it seem like someone's wronged them. Shopper 43 is left baffled after opening a bag of what's it's to find one perfectly shaped crisp inside. Oh, is the stream gone? I mean, to be fair, I was just looking for more headlines about Andy from Sidcup. Did someone just say I had to hydrate? I'll hydrate. Is Twitch having a moment again? Let's close some of these articles. Maybe I'm using all my internet, looking at what's it's on the internet. Could he not afford another pack? I want to know, I mean, how did the conversation go? Posture check. Sorry. The real question here is whose idea was it to contact all these newspapers? Did Posh only draw against Oxford? Ridiculous. Did he just tweet about it and someone was having a slow news day and some news agency picked it up and then shipped it out to everybody else? Or did he sit there typing out emails to all these different newspapers? You'll never guess what. I had a bag of crisps with just one what's it in. Have you got any evidence of this, Andy? Well, it's open now, but I promise you I only had one crisp in. Andy Reid, the little fat moron's just come up on our scout report. Be good to link up with him again. He's available for loan. Is the transfer off? The transfer window is open. Why can't we loan him? He's listed for loan and the transfer window's still open. Isn't it? I don't know why we can't loan him. Oh, because we've already done 4 loan transfers this season. That's a shame. We've Would have been picked up by the press association and they offer it out to all the newspapers. Yeah, but did he contact them? Who made the initial contact? Have we, has Twitch calmed down again now? Are we back? We only lost like 100 viewers. Thanks, Twitch. We'll try and bring Andy Reid, the little fat moron, back in the summer. Clates is in. Hey, Clates, have you ever had a bag of Watsits with just one crisp in? This is how you get internet famous now, apparently. Rename him Andy Reid, the Watsit man. I might have to. Should I have water or squash? And what do you fancy? Who am I to tell you what beverage you should consume? Yes, I did start streaming at 7. No, but I'd be absolutely furious. Clates was that one kid with what's it dust on his shirt confirmed. I mean, Clates, you're a teacher. You know there's always that one kid with what's it dust on their shirt. What's it dust in the crayons? What's it should be banned from schools. I really don't think stuff like that is Twitch. I never have this from watching other streams and it's constantly with you. Didn't you say like an hour ago, Mike, that I'm the only person you watch? We need some fact checking here. Stop watching other streams. That's where you're going wrong. I mean, I don't know what it could. Luckily, we're about a month away now from me getting my full fibre to home super duper internet, which if I still have connection problems then, I'm just going to have to buy some new PCs. And Anna can't even argue with me about it. I need 2 new computers. I'm still having connection problems. We could try and get the one-armed swan back as well. We'll go for him. And Dante Casanova. We want to get the band back together. We're reassembling in Scotland. Why am I getting so many TNS players come up? Nobody wants TNS players. We want Llanelli players. Llanelli. Right. Give me a one-armed swan. And give me a Dante Casanova. And lastly, give me a Robbie. Urgh! Beautiful. What's it does dries rock hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, little Clate. Yeah, of course we can get little Clates out. Here he is, look. Here's little Clates. I'm not going to hug him because he sheds on me. Right, the one-armed swan still doesn't want to come and... Oh, we might get Dante Casanova. Oh, this would be a glorious day for all involved. We haven't got the money. Want him. I don't think we're going to get him, but we're just going to offer him all of the things and see if we can get him. Yeah, come on. Let's pump his wage up if he plays internationally. And... we just have to put that like that. Oh, Dante! Doesn't want to come here either. How many bags of Wotsits could you eat in one sitting if it was a competition? I don't think I could eat any. I don't like them. They're horrible. I've never been a Wotsits fan. I like Quavers, but not Wotsits. Is that Casey Palmer coming in? Casey Palmer's always good on Football Manager. How is he going to come into Clyde? I'm a teacher. The best thing about online school is no Wotsits. Oh, brilliant. You seem more refreshed tonight. Good night's sleep. I was rotten in the first hour of this stream. Streaming has rejuvenated me. I was proper miserable at the start. I don't even know why. I didn't realise I was miserable until I was streaming and someone said, Kev, you seem miserable. And I realised, yeah, I think I am a little bit. I don't know why. And that snapped me out of it. And now I'm all right. Skips are horrible as well. Kev, I just joined your Patreon, but the Discord link is broken anyway to sort it. It's the normal Discord. It'll just automatically upgrade you to the VIP section if you're not already in there. Although as a Twitch sub, you'll already be in the VIP section. So nothing will actually change. The VIP sections for it automatically upgrades anyone who's a Twitch sub, a YouTube member, or a Patreon person. They need a fancier name. Beagles, thank you for the bits. What's its bits? Strongly believe there isn't a single person in the FM community that could eat more Monster Munch than me in one sitting. I mean, are we talking beef flavour or pickled onion? I think I could give you a run for your money on the roast beef ones. Flaming Hot I'm not that into, and pickled onion I'm not that into, but if it's the beef ones, I reckon we could go for it. So I'll make a tier list. If we've got a tier list of British snack foods, we can't call them crisps because most of these aren't made of potato, and I'm not having you refer to what's it as a crisp. I like crisps. I won't have crisps tarnished with the what's it. But if we could get a tier list of British savoury snack foods, I'll do that. We can do that towards the end of the stream. Kev, Pizza Hut and KFC are doing a collab. If that is not them just putting skins on pizza, then they're doing it wrong. I want a chicken skin and pineapple pizza. No pineapple. A chicken skin and pepperoni pizza. A chicken skin and chips on pizza. It'd be perfect. See you on the Sitsy stage in 3 years. It'll be bigger than WrestleMania. What, eating crisps? I'm up for that. It's the sort of thing that we'd get on the Sitsy stages for. I mean, they had me on there playing Mario Maker 2 years ago. Because the gaming stage in particular at Sitsy is very interesting. As long as you've got backstage for something. So if you're on any other kind of panel, you then get the backstage access. And then the gaming stuff, they don't really plan in advance. And there's just this sheet pinned to the board as you go in there of, does anyone want to come and play any of the games on the gaming stage? I just wrote my name down next to Mario Maker because I like Mario Maker. And then 20 minutes later, I'm there playing Mario Maker on stage because I'm an expert. I tried the skins and chips thing. It was nice. Clates, you're a very wise man. This is why I backed you in the showdown at the weekend. All the way. Popcorn chicken on pizza. Is that what they're doing? That might be all right. Just tweeted you a UK snacks tier list. We'll do that in a little while then. You feel bad for Tom after you made the Lincoln deal. They started playing worse. No, Tom's the one who didn't really fulfill his side of that. He still tried to beat me, even though he said he wouldn't. So it's Tom's fault they're not going to get promoted. I currently have Weetabix, but I add hot water, milk, and sweetener, so it looks like baby food. Why are you adding hot water and milk? Choose one. I don't understand hot Weetabix. People are wrong. Why don't you play some Mario Maker on stream sometimes? Because rather than streaming to 350 people, I'll be streaming to about 60 people. Like I do whenever I play anything other than Football Manager. State of main stage at 1619, anything is possible. Yeah. I don't know, it's the way I was brought up. You should try variations of it. Who uses water with cereal? Don't Scottish people make porridge with cereal? Is that a thing? Porridge with cereal, porridge with water. In Scotland, they make porridge with cereal. They don't even use oats. Just mash up Frosties. Posture check. There you go. Handsome Kev for a moment. Oh, yeah. Oh, we've got an injury. Pollockon. Robbie Group. Thank you very much for the sub. No, we don't. Oh, straight in there. No, we don't. Is it salt? You do something weird to porridge up north of the wall, don't you? I'm hydrating, thank you. Salty porridge. I've got 10k channel points. Can I just put them all on posture checks? You can only do one every 5 minutes. Dry frosties are elite. I could probably get that. I have oats for breakfast all the time. They're a big thing here in Edinburgh. The time for a lockdown selfie. I mean, I probably am due another haircut. I can barely see. I can barely see my head on the side. Might be time for another, so it doesn't start flicking the top of my ears. Anna's only just cleaned the bathroom today after. Well, let me rephrase this so we don't sound like dirty monsters. She's been on nights for the last week. I don't clean the bathroom very well. I tried to do it last week. She's gone back to doing it this week because she's off nights. She's got a week off work. She's went in there today and sent me loads of photos of the bathroom that I'd supposedly cleaned that's covered in my hair in all the nooks and crannies, like in the bottom of the shower, in the plug of the shower and all these places. Yeah, I got in trouble because I'm not very good at cleaning the bathroom. I haven't cut my hair for like 3 weeks and it was all over the bathroom that I've supposedly been cleaning. I thought I was cleaning it. But I do this haircut in light. Yeah, we've got a new bulb in there now. Looked awesome last time you did it. Thank you very much. I'll probably do it this weekend. Can't do it tomorrow. I can't do it the day after she's told me off for covering the bathroom in hair. Plus tomorrow, in fact, I could do it Thursday because tomorrow I've got to go and pick up my shopping from Tesco and they put it in those massive tray liners now that mean they aren't bags. They're less convenient than bags, but they're quite good to just tear open and cover the bathroom in. It's like putting a dust cover down, like when you're painting. Louis Lamont is available on a free transfer. We're not signing anybody at this stage of the season. If you do it tomorrow, it'll be your last. Yeah. Some people eat porridge with salt here, but it's gross because they have it with sugar, which doesn't mix. Sweet and salty is that's a big thing, isn't it? Salted caramel is all the rage. I clean the kitchen, then my wife cleans the kitchen after. Yeah, see, me and Anna have this discussion. She moans at me for not clean. Can she hear me? She moans at me for not cleaning stuff. Then when I do it, she cleans it afterwards. And my response then, like a reasonable person, is, so what was the point of my bit then? I spent an hour doing that. What did that achieve? Why didn't you just do it? And that doesn't go down well. The hairdresser's open in March. I'm not sure when they open. I'm not going back now. I've been cutting my own hair for a year. I'm not going to start spending £10 a pop for someone else to do it now. How do you spend an hour and don't clean properly? Because I'm me. I'm just not very good at it. I just don't see the dirt. That's the problem. If I wasn't supervised, I would live in filth. Actually, that's not true. If it wasn't for Anna saying, no, we don't need that, we're not crazy. If I was living on my own, I'd have a cleaner. But Anna rightly says that is a ridiculous expense. We can clean our own house. But I'm like, can we not just get a maid? It's time we had staff. I just want some staff, please. My wife got me a beard trimmer hair catcher thing. It's like kind of like a bib. It was a game changer. Interesting. Do I have my glasses off when I clean? No, I have to wear my glasses at all times. The only time my glasses come off when I cut my hair because they get in the way. I was close to getting contact lenses just for doing my own haircuts. I've not had contact lenses for about 10 years. I have my own bathroom. The wife has hers. I hire someone to clean mine. That's brilliant. I don't see the dirt because I'm not like looking for it. I shout Anna like John Silver does on being the elite. I've tried and she doesn't get the joke, and then I try and show her and she's not having it. I even played her the clip and she wasn't amused. My wife says she needs a wife. I think if I suggested that to Anna, you know what we need, Anna? We should get a wife. I think that she'd probably think I was going somewhere else other than I just want someone else to clean up after I've had a haircut. Just decided to not have a wife. It solved a lot of issues. Yeah, but there's some issues that they are helpful to solve. NXT is scheduled to move to Tuesday night starting April the 13th. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I have 2 housekeepers. Nice. So yeah, it's time for me to get housekeepers. Oh, I've just unscrewed my microphone. Then I could just have someone take all my mugs upstairs. I'd never have to take a mug upstairs again. That would be amazing. When Anna's back at work next week, I might just hire a maid to come in during the day when she's not here. How long do you reckon I could keep that going for? Do you reckon she'd even fall for it if I just hired someone in to come and clean while she was out? I'd have to say, I want it clean, but don't do too good of a job. You're going to have to leave a few bits for her to be able to moan at me about so she knows I've done it. Because if you come in and do it too well, then she'll know I didn't do it. Just popping into your stream to take your mugs. Lovely. So you sneak someone into the house when she's at work. That'll go well. Yeah. My mum has OCD, so when I forget to clean things, she does it herself. Yeah. Anna usually does, except when she's busy with work, like she has been recently. Her being on nights really does cut into my sitting around doing nothing schedule. I have to pull my weight as an adult when I'm on dad mode for the week. It's unacceptable. Imagine explaining that if you got caught. So you were sneaking a woman in here? Yeah, but she was only cleaning. As a spy, I reckon she'd find out. She probably would. She probably... I mean, she'd find out instantly because the notification would come up on the Ring doorbell when they arrived. I'd have to say, don't ring. You have to come in. I've got to sneak you in the back door so the doorbell doesn't track you. I'll turn off the garden cameras. The garden cameras will be off between 1 and 1:15. At that point, you'll approach through the back door. Be no earlier, be no later. The cameras will pick you up. Oh dear. Imagine this conversation backdoor, Kev. Yeah, a whole new meaning to it. Dun, 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 dun. So I suppose if I'm going to hire a cleaner, a few of you lot are going to have to sign up for NordVPN to fund it. So, you know, nordvpn.com/LOLLUJO. Kev wants a maid. The Kev wants a maid fund. That's what this is all going towards now. Go through the back door, you have to pass the ring. I thought that was the point. Yeah, but I'll turn the garden cameras off. I've got the doorbell camera out the front and then garden cameras around the back because my driveway's around the back of my house. It's one of these silly modern houses where the driveway's around the back. When I came home to a tidy house after nights, especially, she would appreciate. She wouldn't. She'd know I was up to something. Posture check. There we go. Posture check complete. Have you ever tried an off-field event? Have you ever had an off-field event increase a player's stats before? I don't think so. I wouldn't know, to be honest. Are we all secretly hoping he gets caught? Yeah, because you're all monsters. Hydrate. I'm running out of beverage here. Ooh, delicious. I'll do it for free. See, that worries me. Anyone volunteering to come and... I think cleaning my house is one of those things where if someone offers to do it for free, yeah, you're off the list. You ain't coming in. I see the absolute belter that Riley Reading scored for Northampton last weekend. I didn't. I'm sure it was lovely, though. The Eagles wants me to check in on his player. I will see about that after this game. That sounded threatening. We'll see about that. I'll let you know if I decide to do it or not. I thought we got rid of Michaela Strachan in the summer. He still seems to be here, which is surprising. My house is at the bottom of the hill, so you could just jump down from the people who live behind me. Imagine the next time my wife caught me with the maid. I'll do it if you eat a packet of Watsits. I ain't eating Watsits. Draft juice should be instead of hydrate. Yeah, probably should. Although the draft juice is close to empty. Do player exchange work in FM? Not had one work yet. I've seen people do them. I've had clubs offer me them. I've not done one this year, I don't think. Right, who are we looking at? Beagles. Chicken skins with chips. I mean, I don't know why you're saying it, but I'm going to give you a round of applause. It's just a great thing to say. Beagles is at Wimbledon. On loan from Chelsea. 7 goals in 23 appearances. Capped at under 20 level for England. There we go. The story of Beagles, everybody. I can see the We Broke Up title already. Then I could get a cleaner. Really only works if the player has the wanted tag and the club is on that list. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's not something I ever really want to do. In my experience, they don't take as much value for the player into account as you would get if you sold them. So I've never really... I don't know if I've ever done a player exchange. I just can't imagine. The One-Armed Swan's just one player of the month for Definitely. Come to Scotland, One-Armed Swan. We want you up here. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. If you sell a player, Dave is at home, you could do what? What are you saying there? Don't know what you mean there. You've lost me a little bit. Why is my watch vibrating? Anna's saying she needs me. This could be a child problem. I'm going to put my BRB screen on. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, assume I'm not coming back. She's on to me. She's on to me about the maid plan. Oh. No, she's up there sat in the bathroom going, I've broken my finger. She's got a ring like this one, the Aura ring, and she was coming round the bathroom door. And as she went round the bathroom door, somehow the ring got caught on the little metal bit on the door frame. I don't even know what they're called. Kind of got caught on that. And as she was going in, the ring kind of got caught, and she kept on walking, and her finger stayed where it was. And now it's all swollen up, and she thinks she's broken her finger, but it's not a lot we can do, really. She's in the middle of giving Andy a bath, and I don't know, what do you do about a broken finger? No, we got the ring off. The ring is off. So there's no danger of losing the finger from a ring explosion. I'm sure she'll be fine. I'll see how she is when I'm done. Because I'm a considerate partner. It was like, I spent 200 quid on that ring. You're not broken it, have you? Cool, I got a glare for that. I only bought that in December. That cost me 200 quid. Is it broken? I'm there like this. She's there going, oh, my finger. I'm there going, is it all right? I wasn't as helpful as maybe I could have been. Oh dear. If it's broken, all you can do is tape it. Yeah, exactly. Go to the ER. The ER. It's not really something we can do because we can't take Andy. I mean, it's one of those things of having an autistic kid, I guess. She can't go on her own because she can't drive. I can't take her because he can't come with us because he just won't cope with it. So if it is actually an injury, and it would be ridiculously, it would be the same situation if she broke her leg. We'll just have to wait until someone could come and sit with him. Yeah, we might have to get a maid now. That's a very good point. Call an ambulance for a broken finger. I mean, I don't think you go to hospital with a broken finger, do you? You just go to the doctors in a few days. I don't know. That's what I did when I broke my nose. Yeah, we have carers who come now. They came today. So I guess if it really came down to it, we'd just have to ring them and say, can you come tomorrow morning? We need to take Anna to emergency. Due to COVID, I doubt you'll be allowed to go to the ER. I mean, she could get a taxi if she had to, but at the moment, she's doing Andy's bedtime. I went to hospital when I broke my thumb. I think a broken thumb is different to a broken finger. Thumbs are important. Fingers, you don't need 10 of them. Just gaffer tape our hands together. I mean, you say that. Oh. I accidentally ordered the wrong size Gorilla Tape, so I have got some Gorilla Tape that's like big enough to set a broken leg. So I might just wrap a load of that around it. So ring finger. So that finger. So the minimum amount of fingers you need. I guess it depends if you play the piano or not. As a doctor, I'm legally not giving medical advice, but just tape it to the next one. Yeah, exactly. As a man who's broken many fingers, there's not a lot you can do. Tape it and ice it. Exactly. Do I have Gorilla Spray? I've got Impact Multi-Purpose Instant Contact Adhesive. Shall I use that to attach one finger to the next? That can't go wrong, right? Posture check. Why can't I order the right size things? Because I'm a moron and I rush everything. Everything I do, I'm rushing. Every single thing I do in my life, I'm just doing it quickly and not really concentrating because I'm a moron. There goes her career as a finger model. I know. I mean, I imagine what she's more worried about is because she was on nights last week, she's got a week off work this week. And for Anna, a week off work means lots of PS5 time. She slept all day yesterday because she came off nights yesterday morning. So she spent most of yesterday asleep. And today she's been catching up on cleaning up my hair So tonight was going to be right. I'm getting my PlayStation time. And now she's like mangled hands. Like, ugh, mangled hands everywhere. What's she playing on PS5? I don't know, actually. What's out on it at the moment? I imagine it will be that. How is the Ring? I think it's really cool. I keep meaning to do something on it somewhere, but I can't really do a video on it because I don't think anyone would watch it. Well, not enough people would watch it, but it's really cool. The app's telling me it's nearly bedtime. It tells me... my favourite thing about it is it gives me a readiness score, which tells me how hard I should push myself each day based on how well I've slept, how much activity I've done over the previous 3 or 4 days. So like today, it gave me a readiness score of 64 out of 100. And it's telling me, just be aware, my temperature's slightly up. My resting heart rate is slightly up. My sleep balance is way down and I should probably take it easy today, which is absolutely fair because I'm coming off the back of being messed around with Anna's nights. And it's saying, Kev, today is not the day to push yourself. Have a little bit of a break. And it's kind of like an early warning thing because I don't really pay attention to any messages my body's giving me. So it's quite a cool thing for me for it to say, have a little bit of time off, Kev. Have a little bit of a break. If you're a moron than the rest of these people, I can't even imagine their IQs. I am... This is how I always describe myself to people when I don't mind if I look like a wang. I'm very, very intelligent. Very intelligent. Absolutely zero common sense, though. I have no functional intelligence at all. I have a high IQ, presumably. I've never actually had an IQ test. Apart from they did this thing on the telly a few years ago where you like play along and get your IQ score, which I imagine is super accurate. It was like 142 or something then, which I hear is quite high. Not like super intelligent, but high enough. Hydrate. But I'm a moron. An absolute moron. Pumps up because I'm in a suit. Usually it's measuring the temperature overnight. So it's looking at my temperature while I'm sleeping. It's like it helps as an early warning thing for if you're going to get sick. So your temperature will be up slightly. Quite cool. IQ has no value anyway. How dare you? Mensa has free IQ tests online if you're smart enough to find them. Interesting. Maybe I'll do. Maybe that's a video as well. Do the Mensa. Is that like a dance? Oh look, Kev's doing the Mensa. Here he goes. Wouldn't shock me if you wore a suit to sleep. You can get pajamas with ties. I might get a set of suit pajamas. What's the human benchmark test? I don't think I've heard of that. Talking of streaming content, we need to get back to Andy Stubbs. I mean, Andy Stubbs. What else has he been up to? Not a lot. Someone said they'd sent me a tier list for crisps, which is what we're really all here for. Here we go. We'll knock through this quite quickly. It's not going to be hard, but it is important. We'll be back to Football Manager in a minute. If you're here just for Football Manager content, go and have a wee. We've got things. Oh, this has got sweet stuff on as well. I don't know how I feel about this. This changes everything. Right, here we go then. I feel like I really need to concentrate on this. This is going to be important. So, mini eggs. I don't know if I can judge mini eggs fairly. They taste nice, but they hurt my teeth. So on the basis that they hurt my teeth, I'm going to put them here. Because they are nice. But it's the sugary coating. They just hurt my teeth. So I'm not going to eat mini eggs. Is that... Oh, I've already ruined it, haven't I? It's already done. Salt and vinegar crisps. They go in there. Now, my explanation for that. I used to like salt and vinegar crisps. But for years, salt and vinegar crisps were the only thing that Andy ate. And he's not the tidiest eater. So salt and vinegar crisps would just be all over the house. The house would smell of salt and vinegar crisps at all times. like the floor would be covered in salt and vinegar crumbs, TV remotes, salt and vinegar crumbs. It was worse than What's It Dust. So on that basis, I just can't even, they make me gag now. Tunnocks caramel wafers. I mean, we're managing in Scotland. They're not quite S+ tier, but they are, I said it earlier in the stream, they're the best thing to come out of Scotland. Tunnocks wafers are very, very good. I guess this is a Greggs sausage roll now. Now, is it going to, how many people is it going to upset when I say that the vegan sausage roll at Greggs is better than the normal sausage roll? I am something of a sausage roll connoisseur, and the Greggs sausage roll is just trash. It is trash. The vegan sausage roll is great. The normal sausage roll at Greggs is just greasy trash. Not having it. Oh. Sausage rolls in general, really good, but that's a Greggs sausage roll. Greasy trash. Jaffa cakes. I mean, there's not really, there's Jaffa cakes are like the definition of average, aren't they? Maybe we should put them in there because they are so average. I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other about Jaffa cakes. They exist. I'm not upset about them existing. I doubt I'll ever buy any. So Jaffa cakes can go there. Custard creams, I don't care what you think. Custard creams, top tier. Custard creams are like the king of biscuits. Custard creams are outstanding. You won't find a better food stuff for less than 50p than a pack of supermarket own brand custard creams. Custard creams are outstanding. Penguins. Oh, this is going to upset some people because Penguins are probably my favourite lunchbox chocolate. So I think Penguins are going to go in there. I really like Penguins. How many people am I upsetting? Penguins, I'd like to put Penguins like there. Penguins are great, but looking at some of the other stuff on the list, like, I mean, I'm comparing everything against the Cadbury's Cream Egg, which is right, like super top tier. Penguins higher than Greggs sausage rolls, but it's quite simple. They're nice, they're greasy trash. What is that? A Star Bar? I don't think I've ever had a Star Bar, so stick it there. It looks cheap based on the logo. Jammy Dodgers. If they were the ones that you get in the, you know, the selection box of biscuits that you get at Christmas, where it has the Jammy Dodgers, but they have a little bit of like custard cream style creamy stuff in as well, they'd be S. They'd be super plus super duper. Jammy Dodgers themselves, just A though. The ones in the selection box though, they go right up to the top. Gold Bar, dirt. Just dirt. The same kid who had What's-Its all over his shirt, he ate Gold Bars. Dirty. Doritos, dirt. Any cheese flavour crisp, filth. Not having it. Skittles, they're not disgusting, but I don't really like them. These tea cakes, these are good. These are Tunnocks as well, aren't they? They're also pretty good. Tunnocks have got a good showing so far. Skips, nope. Skips are awful. Picnic, are these the ones that have got raisins in? I think we'll put the Picnic in there. I quite like, I used to like a thing called a Maverick bar in the 90s, which I think is very similar to what a Picnic is. The Maverick bar was basically a toffee crisp with raisins and nuts in as well, I think. That's basically what a Picnic is. I don't know if they're the same thing. I like a Picnic. What's-Its? Get out of here. Filth. Wine gum. This is a terrible selection of snacks. British food is awful. Cheese and onion crisps. Stick them in there. They're cheese and onion crisps are the crisps that if you've got like a big selection bag of crisps, they're obviously not smoky bacon. You're not going for them first, but you're going to have them long before you have to resort to prawn cocktail or any dirt like that. Dairy milk is fine. Again, it's just like Jaffa cakes. It's just, I don't think I'd ever buy dairy milk because there's nothing really to it, is it? It's all right. Hula hoops, love hula hoops. If they were barbecue hula hoops, they'd be top tier. Ready salted ones can go in at A. What flavour Doritos is that? Is that the Cool Original? Yes, Cool Original. We can stick them in here. Cool Original, much better than the cheesy ones. If we've got something to dip them in, then I'm on board. They're all right. Whisper. It's, again, plain chocolate doesn't really do it for me. Twix. Hello, Twix. Now we've got a real snack. We'll have a Twix. Thank you very much. Oreo. Pfft. Just give me a real biscuit. What is this nonsense? Milky Bar. Don't really like white chocolate. Kit Kat. Right up there. Actually, if we're putting Kit Kat up there, Penguin should be up there too. And Kit Kat isn't as good as Twix. We'll move Kit Kat down one. Mini rolls. See, mini rolls are great as well. Mini rolls are good. Fruit pastels, dirty. What flavour Monster Munch is that? Is that pickled onion? Pickled onion can go in like here. If that would, like I said before, if that was roast beef, they'd be higher. Bourbons, great. Almost as good as custard cream, but not quite right. Bounty, filth. Jelly beans, we'll stick jelly beans in the middle of the road somewhere. Hobnobs, easy. Hobnobs are great. Ready to see. This is where you realise that I'm not all about weird stuff. Sometimes I just like, I like the original, just the classic. I really like ready salted crisps. Really like ready salted crisps, so they can go up there. Doritos, is that chili heat ray? They can go up there as well. I like a spicy Dorito. Flake can go in there as well. Mars bar, I'm not really a fan of. M&M's, peanut M&M's, aren't they? They're all right. They can go in there. And that, boys and girls, is officially UK Snacks tier list done. We're going to get that on Twitter so people can see the correct answers. Apparently, this is mostly upside down. People are weird. Whack the Twitch on there as well. Boom. There we go. Back to some Football Manager, boys and girls. Plates is gone, but he's back. Plates, how do you feel about the tier list we just did? Hold on. There you go. We on board with those results? I need Clates' opinion on this. Largely agree. You're a very wise man, Clates. A very wise man. Right, we lost. Did we lose before all that? Is that why we went and did it? I've blocked that defeat out of my mind. The players are wondering what... He said we all had to come in and train him for an extra day and he's not here. I think he looks like he's in his office putting different snacks in order. What's he up to? Twix is good. Twix is very good. What was the best vegan snack I had while managing Forest Green Rovers? There was some vegan jerky that was really good. I can't remember the brand of it, but it was really nice. Why do you guys import the worst American snacks? Probably because the best ones are already here and we don't have to import them. I don't know. What do you mean by the worst American snacks? What are we talking about? How did we find that What's It story? I don't even know. I think I was Googling giant What's It's and that man came up. Talk to me about what? Cheetos and Pop-Tarts. I don't think you can get Cheetos in the UK. Like not in a normal supermarket, can you? Skittles, Doritos, Mars bars. Mars bars isn't American. Mars bars isn't American. What is this nonsense? Mars bars are a British snack. I think. I don't actually know. Hold on. Where did Mars bar originate? Slough. Mars bars are British. There you go. Was not expecting a Slough. Well, I guess that's where the factory is. Yeah, what were the other things you said? Skittles. I couldn't care less. I don't really care about Skittles. I don't really like fruity sweet things. How can we offer this guy a loan, but we couldn't get Andy Reid? Why are we suddenly allowed to do loans again? I don't understand. Oh, because he's a domestic loan and that other one was from Fulham. Okay. We'll go back in for Andy Reid in the summer then. We'll keep scouting him. Kev, please lose the next game. I've not got it in me. Skittles are also British. There we go. Why'd I leave Llanelli? We won everything. I was the king of Wales by the time I left. You need to import kettle brand chips. What, as in these things that are all over the crisp aisle in British supermarkets? The balsamic vinegar, the sea salt and balsamic vinegar are my favourite. I love those. Well, in fact, they do salt and pepper, don't they? The salt and pepper ones are really good. I've never had salt and pepper crisps in any other brand. Posture check. Here we go. Posture check. Yeah, we've already got them. America use more artificial flavourings in their food than we do. Nice. Right. What were we doing? We're playing Football Manager. We're playing Dundee. Let's get this done. Look at the news for them crisps. Why? What's going on in the news? New steakhouse barbecue variety. Interesting. They're hand cooked in Norfolk. Are these the same brand as in America? Right, hold on. Where do kettle chips? Are we just going to realise that Americans made nothing and it's all British? All your favourite things are British. No, they are from New York. Oh no, that's potato chips in general. No, they are. Okay, they are an American company. I'll let you have that one. What happened to microwave chips? You can still get microwave chips. You want to be in the freezer aisle in Tesco. I spend a lot of time hanging around the potato waffles, and the microwave chips are never far away from the potato waffles. Fun fact, in the 80s, McDonald's in America had to put salad on the Big Mac because the bun had so much sugar, it would have had to have been advertised as a dessert. That's amazing. Who cares what happened to microchips? They're actually objective. Oh yeah, they are terrible. But that was back when we all, you know, back when everyone was getting microwaves for the first time and people were like, you can roast a chicken in it in 3 minutes. We just wanted to microwave everything. You might be too young to remember the late 80s. We microwaved everything. Everything. My mum was so happy the day she made a sponge cake in the microwave. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, if you couldn't microwave it, it wasn't really a thing. But I don't really know how microchips have survived since then. But then you can get what are those burgers called that you do in the microwave? Rustlers? Is that what they're called? Microchips are called quick chips these days. I'm convinced the microchips brand still exists. I'm convinced you can still buy these exact crisps next to the waffles in Tesco. Oh no, they are quick chips now. Okay. I hadn't even noticed they changed the name. Okay, I'll allow it. They're called quick chips now. There's also that other brand of microwave chips where they're all separate in the thing. These ones, fries to go, where they're all separated in the box. Those ones were weird. They were better though. If you were having microwave chips with your fish fingers for tea, or your individual sized pizza in the early 90s, if you're having microwave chips, they were the ones to go for. Although I feel like they might not have even been around then. There you go, Fiery Chariot confirming you should get fries to go. Much nicer. They are much nicer. Fries to go were elite as a kid. Yes, definitely. Hydrate. I will hydrate. Why in the world are my players complaining about too much strength training? you're probably giving them too much strength training. This is why you don't fiddle with the training. Just get your assistant manager to do it. You don't ever get any complaints then. Rustler's even had a campaign of not as bad as you think. It's the only way. You always hear the Americans going on about McRibs at McDonald's. To my knowledge, I've never seen a McRib in a British McDonald's, but Rustlers do a rib burger. So I remember getting one of them just to try and see what the fuss about a McRib was about. Didn't see the fuss. Deadpool, thank you very much for the sub. 15 months. Lovely stuff. It was just a poor quality burger with barbecue sauce on. McRibs come around every now and again as a special item. What, in the UK? Not seen a McRib since the late 80s. I can't say your name. B11 End. Thanks for the sub. McRibs in the UK in 2020. Seriously? They didn't even sell vegan burgers in 2020. Everything was pulled when the pandemic hit. You're telling me I could have had a McRib last year and I didn't know about it? UK KFC does double downs more than in America, though. I hear UK KFC is great. I've heard good things about them. Does anyone remember Chicago Town pizza pockets that we had in the... I don't remember pizza pockets, no. One of my favourite things as a kid, Finder's crispy pancakes. Are they still a thing? Loved them. When we were having freezer tea, usually on a Wednesday, orange dinner, as my mum used to call it, because you'd have just, it would be 3 orange things. It would be like fish fingers or Finder's crispy pancakes. They were usually your 2 main options, with like oven chips or smiley faces or potato croquets if we were feeling posh, and baked beans. Orange tea. Love Finder's crispy pancakes. What flavour crispy pancakes did I prefer? I liked the beef and onion ones. British tapas, we call it. Oh, I love a bit of orange tea. What is my mum and dad's name? Mum and dad. That's all I know him as. The one extremely American thing I do is to eat 1 Big Mac in every country I go to. Fun fact, they taste the same everywhere. I mean, that is a fun fact. It's me who forgot we were playing FM. I mean, this is what you get from my streams. There's better Football Manager players out there. I can't even say that anymore because there's not. Where's the crown? My tagline, it's not much of a tagline. My explanation used to be, there's better Football Manager players out there, but you get to talk about Finder's crispy pancakes and whoopee putty all in the same stream. But these days you get like elite level Football Manager content as well, with Kev's conversation, my conversational talents over the top of it. It's basically the complete stream. Turkey Twizzlers. I can honestly say I've never had a turkey Twizzler. We're getting a proper vegan burger at UK McDonald's soon, apparently. My big frustration with vegan stuff at McDonald's is as soon as the pandemic hit, they stopped doing the veggie dippers. Veggie dippers at McDonald's were really good, and they just stopped doing them. Very upset about it. I am playing Football Manager, definitely. I have to do a bit of FM myself. Have a good stream. Thank you very much. I mean, just, you can play Football Manager whilst listening along. It's all good. Right, we've got Tom Allen. He's in. We're going up as flipping champions. Dale Stevens just needs to leave. Why is he still here? Go home, Dale. I'm going to be streaming. Can't have you in the background. I mean, you say that. Some people do sometimes. I've known people stream with me in the background before, whilst chatting in my chat. And they're like, well, I am streaming right now. Well, get out of my chat then, you madman. There was a production issue with veggie dippers. What, they all contained beef? Ray Bentos pies are a great old school meal. Oh, I had that was one of the first things I ever cooked for myself out of moving out of home. Bearing in mind, I moved out of home when I was 18 and didn't know how to cook. So my first few years were half the time cooking myself. Yeah, a little bit. Half the time trying to learn how to cook because I never learned as a kid, which is why I'm such an excellent chef now. But half the time I'd be learning how to cook, but the rest of the time it would just be eating trash because I was in a hurry. And what are they? Frey Bentos pies. They're the ones that come in the can. I mean, the Americans that are in, do you have anything like this in the States? Frey Bentos pie comes in a can and you take the lid off and then cook it in the oven, and then it'll have some kind of meaty filling and then pastry on the top, and you eat it out of the tin. But I gave myself such a bad cut on my finger the first time. It was one of the first meals I ever made for myself after I moved out of home, and I've not had one since because I really badly cut my finger open trying to get the lid off. That's how incompetent I was. But I remember them being really good. I'm looking at them now thinking, they do look really good. I remember seeing them in the shop. They do a vegan one now, which is mad. I wonder if they still do that, if that was just a veganuary thing. Veggie Balti. That's mad. We might have to get some of these. Anna's going to have to open them though, because I will cut myself. Did I have the vegan version? So you know more about me than I do now. Did I have the vegan version? I might well have done. Did I do it in a video? Anna must have opened it for me. I've had it, but you take it out of the tin. Take it out of the tin. Right, we need a poll. Who's taking that out of the tin and who's eating it? I just put the tin on the plate. Surely. You eat them out of the tin. I cut the lid and pour it out and replace the lid. What? Cut open. She's broken her finger. Where'd you get a good sausage roll in, Kev? A butcher's. Not Greg's. The vegan sausage roll at Greg's is really nice. The normal one is greasy and horrible and has an incorrect meat to pastry ratio. Oh, this is the semi-final of the Spuffle Cup, isn't it? We've come all the way over to Northern Ireland. That's a big ground we're in. When I moved out, I predominantly lived on pot noodle. Nice. Take them out of the tin. Frey Brentos pie with smash. Great student meal. Take them out. Right, we need a poll. Can we have a poll, mods? Do you leave them in the tin, in or out of the tin? I'm going to do this poll. I'll do it myself. Don't trust the mods with a poll. That's important. But you're only allowed to vote if you've actually eaten one. I don't want your thoughts on how you might eat it if you were to have one. So new poll. Frey Bentos pie. In tin. Out of tin. So are you eating it out? Are you just putting the tin on your plate, eating it out of the tin? Or are you being all fancy? Are you fancy and having it? There you go. Most of you eating it in the tin. Of course you eat it in the tin. I don't even know how you get it out of the tin intact. That's a very good point. Never eaten one. Can we have a poll for how we tackle this pie? For those who haven't tried it. I mean, we're getting a little bit. We're getting polls within polls. Then, if you've never had one, I don't think it matters. Out of the tin post-COVID. That's probably. I mean, you just clean the tin. Get your hand sanitizer all over the tin. People who eat it in the tin sleep with socks on and eat McDonald's off a plate. I don't sleep with socks on or eat McDonald's off a plate, and I eat it in the tin. Why on earth would you create washing up unnecessarily? Exactly. I mean, these days, now I'm Mr. Fancy with a dishwasher. Maybe I would put it on a plate. But I grew up without a dishwasher, damn it. thought the tin was edible. Confirmation that you are, in fact, a goat. You're putting the tin in the oven hot enough to sterilise it. Exactly. You haven't had one, vote for which one is losing. Might as well just get paper plates. I've done that in the past. After I got divorced, I used paper plates for like a year. My house was spotless when I was single. What about the sharp edges? Well, I still expect you to use a knife and fork. If you're eating it like a dog eating something out of a bowl, then take it out of the tin first. Stick the tin in the recycling without cleaning it. It's going to get contaminated anyway. What? Who cleans stuff before they put it in recycling? Am I supposed to clean stuff before it goes in recycling? I can hand on heart say I have never cleaned anything before putting it in recycling. Am I supposed to clean things? Apparently the Queen eats Ray Bentos pies. Not sure if she's a tinner or not. Oh, that feels like that feels like a YouTube community page poll. Is the Queen a tinner? Yes or no? That would be a true test of how many people watch the streams. Oh, I love that. I heard the Queen's a tinner. I clean everything before it's recycled. What? You rinse before recycling? I really don't. No food waste in recycling. I mean, to be fair, I lick everything clean. I've never cleaned the stuff that goes in recycling. No. Was there a bet on this game? Am I ruining everyone's evening? Greta Thunberg is coming after you now, Kev. But why does it need... surely they're going to wash it themselves, aren't they? Because of people like me who aren't washing it. They can't just assume it's all washed. You're meant to wash your drinks out. What do you mean, wash your drinks out? I found a news article. Oh, I might need a news article submission page. This is going to be a new series on the channel. A disgusted pie fan. That's all we need. A disgusted pie fan claims she found maggots swimming in her mold-encrusted steak and kidney pie. I guarantee she's an attractive woman. Shall we have a look? I mean, this game's done, isn't it? We're losing badly. Ah! Someone give me the link. I need a link to the disgusted pie fan. She's a Geordie, is she? We'll have a look in a minute. If you don't wash it, they just chuck it in a bin. Well, then all the recycling I've done over the years has been chucked in a bin. Neskeni, thank you very much for the bits. Right. Scotty's tweeted this link. Oh, we almost missed a goal. Twitter. Andy from Sid Cup is constantly in my face. Oh, she looks delighted, doesn't she? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What's going on here? Red cards. Ugh, this hasn't gone well. This is content worthy of my Prime sub. Right. What's she got to say? Get away, adverts. A disgusted pie fan claims... Pie fan. That's how she self-identifies. A disgusted pie fan claims she found maggots swimming in her mold-encrusted steak and kidney pie just a day after she bought it. Jasmine Walton, 21, from Dentonburn, Newcastle, bought the £1.49 Fray Bentos tinned pastry. Someone's had the thesaurus out for this article, which had a best before date of February 2019 on July the 26th. When's this article from? 2017. Where did we get to? But when she opened it the next day to cook for her brother Paul, so she's the pie fan. Why is she giving this to Paul? She was sickened to find the pie's crust covered in mould. Jasmine said, I opened it up. I can't do a Geordie accent. And there was maggots. Classy. I opened it up, but there was maggots. Jasmine, it's there were maggots. You're being interviewed for the newspaper. Use English properly. There were maggots. Mould and everything. It's awful. It was still in date. So anyway, it was still in date. So I don't really understand what happened. It went mouldy, Jasmine. We eat them all the time and this has never happened before. It's really, really bad. Jasmine, who works at the Oasis Cafe in nearby Crudass Park, bought the Fray Bentos pie from her local spa store. That's never going to go wrong. A tinned pie from the spa. And somehow it was disgusting. Mum Dawn Thompson was also in the kitchen at the time the pie was opened. You opening that pie right, Jasmine? And she claims the foul smell continues to linger almost a week on. Dawn52 added, it's hard to describe what the pie was like. It was mouldy at the top and soggy. I normally wouldn't look at the pie. What? I normally would not look at the pie. It'd be straight in the oven. So this could have caused food poisoning. I mean, what's your name? Dawn, you'd notice. I promise you'd notice, Dawn. We didn't have any tea. We didn't have any tea that night. Why not? This pie was for, what was his name? This pie was for this was Paul's pie. Dawn, why didn't you have tea? Paul's pie was mouldy. Why did you not have tea? Was it a show of solidarity for Paul? We didn't have any tea that night. In fact, the smell's still in my house. We're afraid to open up another tin now. Terrified. A spokesperson for Baxter's Food Group, which owns household brand Fray Bentos, confirmed the company has received a complaint and has now launched an investigation into the mouldy pie. They added, the quality of our products is our top priority. We received a complaint from Ms. Walton, sorry. Oh, shall we cross now? On July 28th about a Fray Bentos steak and kidney pie. Our immediate request was for the product to be returned. I mean, surely they threw it away. Well, poor old Dawn didn't eat because Paul's pie was ruined. And on that note, we're going to end the stream. We'll be back tomorrow night where we'll have the second leg. I think there's a second leg of the Linfield game. I hope there's a second leg. Or is that us? Are we out? Oh, we're out. Oh, well. Just the league then. Tomorrow night, we should have this league wrapped up. We're 9 points clear. We should be winning promotion tomorrow night. And maybe getting into some transfers. Scotty needs to be a mod. It's very true. Should we make him a mod now? Because he kept sending me pie stories. I just spelled his name. Scotty Walden. There you go. We have a new mod. Let's find somebody to raid. Twitch. How do you spell Twitch? Twitch.tv. We are going to raid. Who are we going to raid? Let's raid. I mean, I'm tempted to go for Omega Luke, but he wasn't following. He came over with Tom. So he kind of rules him out a little bit, but we'll raid him anyway. Tell him this is the last raid he's ever getting unless he watches my streams rather than Tom's. This is his last chance. But we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, with more tales about weird newspaper articles, which might well become a YouTube series because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Toodle pip, folks. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.
Royalty viewers, this is royalty joining us right now. Hello Kev, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the raid, my friend. 250 of you coming in. Hello Raiders, how are we tonight? How was the stream? LOLLUJO said, what did he say? What did he say? I'm curious what he said. Welcome all. This is the last raid if you don't start watching him instead of Tom.
Give me a hell yeah.
Well,